Ask not what your RantCast can do for you, but what you can do for your RantCast. Let's get started. Good night.
RantCast! Alright, welcome to the RantCastPodcast. We're live on twitch.tv/TheRantCastPodcast. Not live anywhere else. But if you're listening on Spotify or on YouTube, thanks for your support. I'm your host, Kurgan, and what you just heard, of course, was generated with AI. So, yeah, JFK did not actually endorse us. And the music is from Suno.com by TheStrangeBus. My co-host, who is here tonight. We're getting started a little bit later because of schedules. But so far, we're still on a Tuesday. And I see Bohemius is here. Welcome, Bohemius. But first, here's Josh. All right, let's get you on screen there, buddy. He's hiding behind there. Okay, sorry, I always do this to you.
Oh man, yeah, I'm seeing it. I got delayed.
All right.
I guess it looks just as good. I gave you a possible title because we were running so behind, and that's my fault. Sorry, everybody. But
all right, let me get that title there.
Maybe the death of Xbox and the rise of AI.
Dang.
Anyway, welcome. Yeah, welcome to the RantCastPodcast, everybody. As you know, my name is Josh, also known as TheStrangeBus. I wish I was streaming twitch.tv/StrangeBus, but with Twitch's being weird bullshit, probably the only Twitch attention I'm getting is here. But you can catch my friend and great host over here, Kurgan, also known as HeroQuest Fans. You can catch him at twitch.tv/HeroQuest Fans. That's twitch.tv/HeroQuest Fans. Also on YouTube, which he hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, right?
Yeah, we're at 1,100 now.
Woo! All right. Yeah, you can catch him at XSC3, home of HeroQuest Fans. If you are not a subscriber, I'm going to go ahead and kind of shell it out a little bit. Go ahead and give him a subscription. It's free. You don't have to do nothing. You know. But yeah, go ahead and check it out at least.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah. And I know you're not active as you used to be, but definitely check out TheStrangeBus on YouTube and Twitch. You do have a respectable archive of hardcore games, which I
did have some on Twitch, but Twitch decided it wasn't worth our time no more.
Yeah, delete. So go to YouTube, check it out. It's TheStrangeBus, not just StrangeBus. Just like this other RantCast, but this is the RantCastPodcast.
I might pop back on every now and then, or I might upload to YouTube. I might actually switch to YouTube streaming depending on how it goes.
I've yet to try that out. Supposedly, I mean, I could be monetized, but honestly, I can't be bothered. It's just a big mess. Like, you've got to jump through all these hoops, and with people getting their data like stolen, I'm just like, do I really want to put a recording of myself going, hey, look, here's my ID, here's my address, come get me?
Yeah, and it's and that's a topic we are definitely going to touch on. But just kind of finish up here. Yeah, episode 86, the rise of AI and the death of, or possible death of Xbox. We're going to be touching a little bit more on Xbox. I know possibly we touched on it earlier. I'm going to do a quick sound check as well since we didn't get a chance to do that on prep. Am I coming off okay to everybody on stream and to Kurgan as well? Am I coming off all right?
Okay, so you sound perfect on Discord, but let's just check and see. So I had all kinds of login issues last time. All right, let's just check. All right, why don't you just say something else?
Mellow. Watermellow.
Mellow. Yep. Seems good.
All right. And with that, we'll go ahead and get this show on the road. I know we talked about it a little bit with the last time I was on the show with Xbox. I know we talked about EA being sold off to a private company and Saudi Arabian government, I believe.
Yeah. The more I looked into that, the more I'm like, oh.
And how video games are kind of taking a weird turn. Yep. And I do want to welcome everybody who is with us currently. I hope you guys are having a good night. I hope you're taking good care of yourselves and each other. It is a weird landscape that we live in right now. I'm just going to say weird because, we've always had our hard times on this earth. There's always ups and downs. But the biggest thing that I can say is that no matter what happens, usually people kind of put things together. We join together to kind of make it through stuff like this. And I'm not talking about video games or anything, just general hardship. But I like to include that in our topics here because, like I said, the topics that we talk about usually are stuff that's minor, but the example leads to bigger things. Like it's kind of like a bigger example of like kind of why it's leaking into stuff like our entertainment. But yeah, we'll be talking about that. I know you've got stuff going on with HeroQuest, so I didn't get a chance to ask you, but if you want to do the Power Hour first, that's fine. If you want me to take the lead, I will be more than happy to go ahead and take the lead. I
know you got a few good topics, especially from held over from before. If it's all right with you, I'd kind of like to start. Is that good?
Yeah, right. Sure. But first, how are things going? Yeah. We'll start nice and smooth with the audience and things. Let us know how is everybody in chat doing. First of all, I hope everybody's doing okay. I know it's starting to get colder over in our neck of the woods, so bundle up. But how are you doing, Kurgan? How are things going?
Yeah, well, had a nice little extended weekend. I really wanted to go like hiking, but I couldn't get it worked out. My dad and I were gonna do some like outdoor stuff. Didn't get it done, so we're gonna try in like another week. Of course, it's gonna be even colder, but at least like our schedules work out. So instead of that, I just kind of like bummed around the house. But actually, I did get some stuff done. So Bohemius had sent me all those 3D prints, and I primed like everything. So it's like, okay, that's the first step, before you start painting. And actually, what I do is these are all like HeroQuest themed pieces that he sent me. So like I'll prime like the orcs in green. So it's like, oh, already 90% done, stuff like that. So I was doing all that, and a good friend of mine. So here's a plug. I was gonna say sponsored. Yeah, it is sponsored because Order of the Paladin is this 3D printing website. A guy I know, he runs it, and he has like, I guess people design stuff and then put it on his store and sell it. I'm not sure how all the money breaks down, but he gave me a free sample, which I don't have to show yet, but I do plan to paint it. It's one of these like dice towers that's like 3D printed, and it's like huge, and it's like really well done. And so I'm like, oh sweet. I offered to pay him for it, and he's like, nope, you can just have it. And I mean, it had a little flaw in it, but it was pretty cool. So, and it's not resin. That's the big thing. Is like I don't trust those resin prints. They're always like breaking and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So instead of going outdoors, I stayed inside. Well, no, I went outside because I went outside to spray stuff. So the weather was nice enough. Like you don't want it too windy, you don't want it rainy, or anything like that. So I got a lot of painting done, and I'm working on this thing for the painting contest. Well, it's not really a contest. It's more like a Secret Santa type thing, the yield in painting exchange. So I won't say what I'm doing because that would give away the game. But I've made some more progress on the miniature that I'm painting. That's going to go to some random person on the forums there, the HeroQuest forums. So, and we got some people from the Discord participating too. So yeah, and I got to meet up with some friends, play some games, some board games, some video games with them. I had forgotten like Dr. Mario. Like I hadn't played that game in years, and I realized that
Oh man.
I never really learned it. Like I guess I wrote it off. I thought it was like columns or Poyo Poyo, whatever you say that, but it's actually a completely different game. It's like, oh, I haven't even been playing it right. So it's like you try to play it competitively against somebody, and you're like, have to learn it and stuff. But man, think of all the kids that played that game, and yeah, don't pop those pills, kids. Dr. Mario's not a real doctor.
I always felt like it was kind of like contradictory for that game because like I couldn't tell if that would be like a good influence or not.
You've
But
got
then again,
viruses in your body, and you throw the pills
yeah,
in. But if the pills are in the wrong like combination, like it fills up to the top. So I guess like you overdose. Is that what happens? You kill the patient. That's horrible. Kids are
sorry, he's
traumatized.
dead. He's
No.
dead, Jim.
Whoops. Whereas back then Mario didn't talk. So well, I mean he talked on the show, but he didn't go. It's a Mario. It's Mario. That was like the N64 days. And then
Yes, it is.
they started adding those voice clips to like the old games, and I was like, no, don't do it. I may be fine. It's just that he does it like every other, like every time you jump, you're like, wee.
Wahoo! Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's another weird company that's going down the
Oh
tubes.
man. Yeah. So I've been doing well. So how about yourself?
I mean, good. I don't always like think about all this stuff while I'm like away from the Rantcast. So
Yeah.
I've actually been doing really like pretty good. Just generally busy with work. And then when I'm not at work, we're either doing like church events or I like to say my wife has me running around all the time, but like I enjoy it too. So, or I wouldn't be doing it, I guess. But like we do like church events, and I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I go to a kind of like the church that I go to is because of my son who we adopted. His extended family that we usually go see, his biological brothers and sisters are there. They're Spanish speaking because they're originally Hispanic. So we go to a Spanish speaking church. Now they know English. Most of those people know English, but they speak in Spanish there. So I have grown to start speaking and learning, like re-upping on my Spanish, and I've been doing that for the last 2 years.
Cool.
So that's a project. And with the Apple update, it has live translate on my AirPods, which really helps. So, but I been doing that. Haven't had too much time to like just chill, and when I do get that time, I've been trying to complete that new Metal Gear game. Which is surprising because I didn't think I'd be playing a Konami game ever again. So,
Hey, Maldo's here. He's talking to you in Spanish.
What's that?
He's talking to you in Spanish.
Oh, hold on. My iPad locked on me. Who is talking to me? I don't see it.
He says El Queso Pero. Something about
Is it in the Discord?
It's in the Twitch.
Oh, I don't see it in the chat.
He said El Queso Pero, the cheese dog.
Something about cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. If somebody's speaking Spanish or German, it's like I can pick out words I know, but I don't know the grammar well enough to be able to like respond appropriately. I just be like,
I'm not like
I kind of know what you're talking about, but
not fully fluent, but I can start a conversation. I can tell people that I can't speak a whole lot, and during the sermons and stuff. They usually translate for us, but I can translate through my phone, but they do that for us because they're very nice people, and I can pick out a lot of what the pastor says. So it's like it's a good experience. But yeah, I can usually start a conversation. And buenos dias, buenas tardes, or hermana, I think for brother or sister, and then Dios te bendiga, God bless you, stuff like that. Just a bunch of intro stuff. But yeah, between that, I've been trying to beat Snake Eater, which is the reboot. And I'm like conflicted on that because I'm actually enjoying it, but like I said, it's a Konami game, so I've been I don't know, I've been taking my time on it. I'm close to the end, but yes, but it's Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. So I don't know what they're planning on doing with that series. I do know they started with Snake Eater, so if you're relative to Metal Gear, then it's technically supposed to be the first in the chapter of Big Boss, but I liked the OG Metal Gear games, as tough as they were to me. So far I'm enjoying it. I still am wary about Konami, but I guess they're killing Silent Hill. They're doing great with Silent Hill again, and for some reason they decided to come back to video games and really bring it back. So
yeah, I watched some of the Silent Hill F or whatever it is.
Yeah, a lot of OG people don't like it, but I watched it and it seems like it's okay. It may not hold up well later on in life if video games had change.
Yeah, that was a series I never really got into, so I'm not the best judge. But as far as just horror themed, I mean, it kind of reminded me of. See, it shows how little I delve into that, but reminded me of Sword of the Berserk Guts Rage on the Dreamcast, where it's just like you're just be walking along and then there's just some people that are all messed up, like bleh, they got like mutant like body parts coming out, and you're like, oh well, just got to kill them all. Oh, Bohemius is talking to you in Spanish. Man, you're gonna get a workout today. Like, eventually, I'd like you to just like do the Spanish tracks for all my videos. That'll never happen, just because there's too many. Like on my YouTube channel, I'm supposed to be able to dub it in different languages. I'm like, oh great, so I gotta get somebody speaking Spanish, and it's gonna sound like, oh, he, like the voice is completely. But
sound like Ben Kenobi.
Oh, hello, my little friend. Yeah, they're gonna get. Well, I mean, right now you can upload a track, an audio track that you made yourself, but it's just like, okay, well, if I was that talented, like I spoke like 6 languages, I could just re-record my entire podcast, or be like wrestling. Like you see me doing the stream, and then there's like a Spanish guy doing it, and a French guy doing it, and a Chinese guy, and they're all like like doing the same show, like with the same lines, and then just like combine it all. You can like switch back and forth. Um, so yeah, good to see him all whip. He's been doing a lot of like horror themed games. Um, he's big into. He's got Hardcore HeroQuest. That's his website. So Bohemius says, I'm not even going to say it because I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but he had a whole sentence there.
He did have a whole sentence there.
Oh, Silent Hill 1 remake. I love Silent Hill 1. Just brushing doll's hair. Horror's my business and business is good. Mighty Nightmares, kids. Yep.
So I don't know. I'm trying to get back into horror games too since it's October, but I'm waiting until I get some more time so I can actually relax.
When on that day when we couldn't stream because I couldn't log into anything, I was like locked out of the RantCastPodcast completely. And it came back a few hours later, but we had a pretty good time playing Colonial Marines with the single player. The Stasis Interrupted. I think that was actually better than I hate to say it, better than the Marine campaign. I mean,
really?
Not at first, because you don't have any guns, and you're like, what is this crap? I can't survive.
We finished Stasis Interrupted, didn't we?
No, we didn't, because We got 4 episodes, and I think we finished the 3rd one, so we still got one more. But parts of it were vaguely familiar. I'm like, I feel like I've played this. So I don't know if I just played it so long ago that I didn't remember. But despite all its flaws, I still had a good time.
Well,
but of course, there's something to be said for playing with a friend, you know.
Bohemius, I don't know fluent Spanish, but I can translate it.
I can test you.
And just by highlighting it, and if this comes out right, it says, yes, but if you don't read the chat, what do we do here? Do we waste time combing dolls?
He's calling you
I
out,
thought
man.
I thought I was reading the chat. Wasn't I reading the chat? I missed Malwhip by saying, hey, as long as it's church, it's good. But I just didn't want to take too much time, like just on myself. So I was trying to get through what I was saying. But yeah, I mean, that's what I thought about church was, as long as it's, it's church and it's close relative family. So, but I thought I was paying attention to you guys. I kept looking over here.
Okay, so Malwhip is on Hardcore HeroQuest website, and he's also on Xbox as Malwhip, MALWHIP. And I think that's his Twitch name as well, Malwhip. Yep. Malwhip, just the same, yeah. Of course, I got on his channel and I was like making all these bad jokes like I normally do, and he was like not responding, and I'm like, what? But I don't know. It's like sometimes I you go to somebody's channel and you like don't want to like mess with their flow, like they've got something going, like whether it's a game or they're talking, and they're just because some people will just drop whatever they're doing and just like pay attention to you, and it's like then I feel kind of stupid because I'm like, oh, I'm that guy. It's like, hey, look at me over here. Pay attention to me. It's my stream now. It's like, shut up, man.
Over here.
Over here. Hello. A transport. I'm saved. R2. So if you want to play horror stuff or whatever, been on Helldivers 2 recently.
Yeah. There we go.
Lo siento. Bohemio. Yeah. Well, so yeah, it sounds like that's an open invitation. Malwhip's been playing some horror games. I'm thinking about like older like horror games. I'm thinking like Splatterhouse, like 2 and 3.
Hey, there are good modern horror games right now. And there's some like good cheap ones. They're not like the greatest, but like just like good stuff that you can hang out with for a couple times. You and I still need to play freaking Outlast Trials. And Killing Floor 2 is a great one. What else? I got stuff like that. Dark Pictures, if you like movie stuff. Like Dark Pictures isn't bad.
What was that one where you were wandering around in the ghost house and getting freaked out?
Phasmophobia?
Oh, there you go.
Is that what you're talking about?
Malwhip's got you.
See, Malwhip could join me. Malwhip, I will play Helldivers with you. I'm looking to play games with people tonight too. So if you want to hop on, we could do some stuff. In fact, I was talking with Kurgan about maybe including some Spooktober stuff into the Rantcast tonight, since I'm not really streaming much. So if you want to hop on and just join us for a little bit. But yeah, I've got some of that stuff installed. I'm on PC, bro.
Those games have crossplay, most of them.
Yeah, some of them have crossplay. I thought Outlast Trials had it, but I don't know about Killing Floor.
Bengus was telling me most games now have crossplay. That's like the norm.
Yeah, a good section of them do. Yeah.
Well, great. That's something that I always wanted.
But like as we're going into our topics, I don't know if consoles are kind of becoming a thing, a dying thing. You add you
So
via the
funny
code,
because
I
it used to
believe.
be the opposite. It was like, oh, PC, why would you get that? You need to get on console. You need to get on
Well,
mobile. Yeah,
it
Switch.
used to be an overly expensive thing. Well, it still is now, but like it used to be like
Oh,
the thing
PC
where
meter.
like if you were
Yeah.
doing things other than just games, then you had a PC. Like your family, you always had like the family PC back in
Yep.
the day,
Yep.
and even more so back in like the 80s and 90s. It was just like that thing that your dad had,
Yeah.
or your mom had for like printing or like office work or
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then like you'd have like I don't
An
know Fleet
appliance.
Commander or some like
Yeah.
stuff on
You didn't
floppy
need a
disk.
you didn't need a fancy
Mech
graphics
Warrior.
card, but then yeah, at a certain point you needed to. It's like, oh, I got to upgrade so I can play the latest game.
Well, yeah. Like if you wanted like the big ones, yeah. Like then you'd have those like the elitists. Like I remember people back in the day who would talk about having like the Mech Warrior games on PC, like the old school ones. Like because those were like, oh, they take serious like hardware to run.
Yep.
But
Get a Voodoo 2 so you can play Jedi Knight with 3D acceleration. May the Force be with you.
or X-Wing Alliance.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because that had graphics options, but it only had 3 levels of graphics options. They had level 1, 2, and 3.
Man.
I was like, here are your recommended settings.
Well, I can
Can
remember
you
just being like, what?
load Helldivers up or will your PC melt? What?
Hey, PC melts are
Bro.
delicious. The nice lemonade on the side.
No, no. No, I've got well, okay.
StrangeBus
I
has
can't
got the
gloat any
he's got the computer.
I can't yeah, I can't gloat anymore, but I can take a picture of my PC. I still think it's still a pretty good PC, but it's not like I own like all the crazy AI business on my PC. I've got, but I've got a processor that's less than a year old, almost a year old now. Yeah, it's less than a year old. I've got, I still have my 4080 because I didn't want to upgrade the graphics card because the graphics card was like the new ones are like garbage, and um, so I didn't want to go with Nvidia, and they're all really really expensive right now. I have 64 gigs of RAM, so my Commodore 64 will mash up. Look, man, I still got my Pentium 2 over there,
Dang.
but yeah, I'll be fine with Helldivers. It's not the best AMD. Like the top, it's the Ryzen 9 9800X, I think. Not the XT, because I screwed up when I bought it. But because I forgot they had the XT models. They changed the models up and I didn't read everything right when I went to go buy my parts. So I bought everything wrong. I bought like my motherboard was the wrong model. My CPUs are, I wanted to buy like the premium model and I got the ones with like the less USBs and stuff.
Yo,
They all handle fine, but
he just generated a code for you, whatever that means.
fire Helldivers 2 up and add me. Oh, okay.
He's using that
Yeah, now.
Gen Z slop talk, brain rot, slang, jive, lingo. Don't even know what he's talking about.
Here, I'll
I don't
do
even know
that.
what I'm
If
talking about anymore.
you still want my PC specs, though, I should have just done this.
My CPU is a neural net processor. A learning computer.
He's a learning computer.
Oh, you need friend codes to
There you go.
crossplay. Okay. Whoa. Linux.
There you go.
Cinnamon. Oh, it's delicious.
Very delicious.
Okay. Yeah, because you're always asking me what my specs are. I'm like, listen, man. You don't know me like that.
I think I have to download Helldivers first. So,
Oh,
is that what we're playing tonight?
I
So,
mean, you guys go for it. I don't have it, but I mean, whatever.
or I cuz
I've got Aliens versus Predator.
I was gonna say we could do Outlast Trials because I know Kurgan's got Outlast Trials. We should play it. We should do Outlast Trials first. So, well, is that crossplay? That should be crossplay. Do crossplay with that if it is crossplay. But I can still download Helldivers.
I don't know, man. I looked into that game a little bit more, and I'm not sure I want to play it. I mean, you guys can go
What?
ahead. The Outlast.
Why?
Well, at all the torture and stuff, I'm just like, I'm not into that. I know it's a horror
What's the
game.
whole point?
I know. Yeah,
You play the Alien games.
I know. I know.
People getting stuff bursted out of their.
Yeah, that's a little more my speed.
Well, we'll put the pressure on a little bit more. It's okay. You can handle it. You watch Halloween, don't you? You watch all the
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Camera.
I'm not I'm not like a fan of like the Saw movies, for example. And I mean, you could say, oh, that's just the same thing. Just lingering on the stuff and just saturating in it. I don't know. I guess I got my limits.
Fireteam Elite is 3-player co-op. Ooh, there you go. All right. Okay.
I
Well,
can't remember if I had that one or not, but I probably could get it.
We'll find something. Okay, we'll find something. For now, let's go ahead and we'll get started.
Hey, listen, Mulwhip,
But
I love all kinds of horror, but that doesn't mean I love all horror.
But yeah, we'll find something, and then I will go ahead and I'll get Helldivers downloaded as we go, as he starts up.
All right. So we're gonna play right now, or are we gonna talk?
No, we're talking. I'll download that stuff as you're starting up.
Talking.
The topics.
Yes. So
That's an end of night thing.
I forgot what day it was. I'm like, okay, where is Ribby right now? I messaged him. It's like, no. Gamehole convention that he's going to. Yes, it's called Gamehole Con. He's not there yet. It's on Thursday. But there was a note that was shared saying, I mean, it's very vague, but it's just like, oh, Doug Hopkins is there, to present a teaser for something. And it's like, wait a minute, what? Like he's actually gonna. So our theory is he's gonna share something special. But the question is, will Ribby be able to talk about it? Because we all know Ribby. He's gonna whatever you say to him, he's gonna report. So you don't want him to, the world to know something. Don't tell Ribby. I'm just giving him crap, but yeah, he's a good guy. Bourbon and Board Games. Check him out on YouTube. He's gonna be there, and I think it's only like 10 minutes from his house, so he can just report to his heart's content, and maybe we'll get a little preview ahead of Spiel lesson about hopefully Wizards of Morcar. The other topic, HeroQuest related, has to do with so you've probably heard of Temu, right? Get all your cheap crap from China.
Oh yeah.
And questionable deals and knockoff. It's just like
you don't know if it's real or fake.
Yeah, if it's just shoe polish in a can or what it is. But so
and China's got your info.
Yep, exactly. So there's a step up from that, and it's AliExpress. And I kind of remember this site way back, like when
I thought they were the same.
No,
aren't they like the same?
Nope.
Quality wise?
They're right. Well, for all we know, they're getting them from the same like bins and stuff, same factories, but they're rivals, they're competitors. And at least, I mean, you don't trust AI. I don't, but according to AI, AliExpress is like a little bit better quality, but their prices are a little higher. But anyway,
okay.
Our good friend Fairweatherman on YouTube has been doing videos, and he did one. Apparently, he took it down like super fast because he said he got criticism for it. I never even saw it, but he was basically just saying like, "Oh, look at this awesome stuff I got on AliExpress, this HeroQuest stuff." But he had like a change of heart. He thought, maybe this isn't the best thing, so he made a new video where he like kind of recontextualize it. And he was talking about the fact that you can basically get like 100% perfect like copies of like the mythic figures from the HasLab campaign that are still not for sale. Just like perfect copies. I mean, quote unquote perfect. Like you get them and like they're bent up or they're like dirty. They've got like schmutz on them from the factory. But you clean those things up and they would look like the real thing. So it's like it looks like he was excited. He got a whole bunch of them and then he kind of felt guilty about it and is like, what am I really doing? Like, am I just encouraging people to like crap all over Avalon Hill and kind of rub it in that they can't release these things? Because the whole discussion about those last few pieces. I mean, when Joe's stuff came out, it was like, oh great, we've got the dragon now. We've got Joe Manganiello's stuff. Like, what's left? Well, there's a couple more pieces. There's Sir Ragnar, there's Mentor, there's the Witch Lord, there's the four heroes, the like sex swap versions of the four heroes. Well, if you go on AliExpress right now, and I could just click on it and just show you, but I mean, it's kind of like a really low rent version of Amazon. Like you go on there and you could just buy anything, and it's
Yeah,
all kind of a little bit shady. Like, I mean, the pictures look great, but you're like, this is too good to be true. Like they can't really be this cheap. Like it's probably. And you look at the reviews, and people are like, yep, it arrived and it was completely broken, and like they just send you another one because it's not even worth their time to like get it back. And
I've
but
known people who have bought like just like YouTube, like YouTubers, small YouTubers who bought like as an experiment bought PCs, like built PCs out of AliExpress parts,
yeah,
and it's not good.
yeah. I mean, some of the stuff I hate to say it, but it's like some of these corporations, like they get their stuff from China anyway, and it's really low quality. But like some of this is like even below that. This is, and so one of the theories was, okay, this is probably the factory where Hasbro like actually like cast the miniatures, but then after they left, what somebody just kept on using them or like scraped them off the floor, like the ones that were broken, and like put them back
Are you
in.
sure it's not just a bad mold or like maybe a proper mold? They just molded it badly, or
Maybe,
they like sped through the process.
maybe it
Like
could be a
they
lot
have
of
the
things.
mold or something. Like
Yeah,
I don't.
but because I guess I mean we talked about it before that I guess the IP laws are like less enforced in China, and so there's a lot of like piracy and stuff that goes on. But
Yeah,
there's also, I mean,
barely any law over there for that stuff.
people steal stuff out of dumpsters and sell it, or like they'll make like a cast of something and then like put it into production and just sell the casts that they're making. But the ones I was seeing were it's like okay, so they specifically targeted the figures that like are no longer in production, but not all. So I think you can buy a complete, like you can buy all the plastics that are in the HeroQuest set that they're selling right now, like individually, or like the limited edition ones, but they're like different colors. So you're like, okay, so it's like bright green, so it's obviously not the official one. But there's some that are the original colors, and so it's like I was thinking, okay, so if I were like an unscrupulous person, I could like buy the Witch Lord and stuff for like $5, clean it up a little bit, put it on eBay, pretend that it's, a real like collectible one and sell it for like hundreds and people would pay it. And they might not even know the difference. And it's just like that seems really, really shady. Like
If
they're
you
not saying that you should do that, but they're opening the door for people to get
if
scammed
you
big time.
photograph it well enough, or if you just put like the stock photo down, maybe like you'll get people who probably just like you'll probably get suckers who buy it. You said no. Bohemian says no. They are the official minis. They are just using the original mold. Is the original mold bad
Well,
then, or what?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I haven't held any of them in person. Now, Fairweatherman did feature a lot of them on his video, like close up, and they look pretty darn good. But the the thing is, like, you could say, oh well, the swords are bent, but when we got our mythic sets, the swords were bent. Like the quality control of the original ones they sold were not that great to begin with, so it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, unless you like you get it, but it's like in a plastic bag and it's like got like fingerprints all over it and stuff and dirt, like they dropped it on the floor, you know. But
Hmm.
but yeah, so his theory, and I think I agree with that. It's probably the same molds. But that's so weird to me that it's like, but I guess it could kind of make sense. I mean, what does Hasbro do after they print this stuff? Did they haul the big sheets of metal like back to their factory or back to their headquarters, in Rhode Island or wherever, and just like put it in a vault somewhere, or do they just like, you know, they just move on and it just sits there at the factory, like in a locker or something, and then just somebody just goes, let's just print some more or cast some more or
It's like
whatever.
super deep though.
Yeah,
It's real deep.
yeah. But I guess on the one hand, you've got people that would defend it, okay? And this is not Fairweatherman, this is not me, but there's people who would defend it and say, listen, Hasbro had to know what was going to happen. They wanted to make the stuff as cheaply as possible, and they wanted to make it limited. And people get infected with FOMO, and they see it, and it's like, it's just too tempting. Be like, sure, I want those things. Now, the scamming part is pretty bad. But I mean, that's like kind of the scalper thing. You know how I feel about scalping of products. But it's like someone would say, hey, listen, somebody's willing to pay that. Not my fault. Hasbro should have known that
So
this was going to happen.
they are official. They are official then. They're just bad quality. Like
No,
the make is bad then.
so
That they're breaking
think
them
about
easy.
thinking about like this. Okay, so Hasbro makes the mold, and they hire, I guess, some factory to produce, however many copies, and then they stop, and the mold is still there. And so either somebody is just using the original mold, or they copied the mold, and they're just continuing to print them and just sell them, but then they're pocketing the money. Hasbro is not getting any of it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And they're just selling it as like, oh, HeroQuest style monsters, or HeroQuest monsters, or tabletop monsters, or Dungeons and Dragons, HeroQuest, Dragon Strike, Warhammer monsters. And it's obviously like, the Witch Lord and the skeletons and the barbarian and everything. It's the same ones. I can throw a picture on there. And again, this is not me promoting it. I mean, you make your own decisions, but just keep in mind, I mean, the quality may not be as good, but from what people are saying, it's probably just as good. Part of me is thinking to myself, this could have been going on this whole time and I just didn't know about it. But it seems like it came out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden people were talking about it. Like, oh man, you can just get all these. You can just get them. And so is this the last gasp before they actually release them for real? Like, is this a good
What
sign?
happened in
Like
my face?
they're taking advantage? Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I click away from the window, it disappears. Sorry about that. All right.
No.
No. All right, so I'm just gonna throw a window on here, and again, go check out Fairweatherman in his YouTube video. He does a pretty good job. I mean, he's pretty fair. He covers it. What's going on? Okay, why is it not? All right, let me get it here. So this is AliExpress. Okay, so I just searched for HeroQuest, so I'll just show you. Again, this is not an endorsement. I mean, some of this stuff is probably 100% IP infringing. But like, here's an example. Like, how would you know if this is somebody just selling their old set or just like one that they cast? See, there it is.
I was just say, how could you tell? How would you be able to notice the difference
I mean, unless the color's like off.
until it gets to your door?
Yeah. This product can expose you to chemicals, including phthalates, DEHP, which is known in the state of California to cause cancer, birth defects. Of course, you could probably say that about the originals
Oh,
too. Yeah, but it's just like, but I mean, this looks like, I mean, all these things. Okay, one person was saying, all right, are you seeing the Sir Ragnars, the prisoners with the torches?
yeah.
They're like, these are different stages of drunkenness. Like, as the guy's like lurching forward. But some of these is just like, you're looking at this and you're like, oh yeah, I want an extra. I've already got the set, but I want like an extra one of these guys. So I'll just order that for $8. Because
Congratulations, you got cancer.
yeah, but like Hasbro, see there, it's bent. But you can just dip it in boiling water and it just will straighten right out. It's for serious. Okay, these are not HeroQuest. These are like talisman. But I mean, you can see there's like a piece of sprue still on there. So yeah, there's a piece. It's like they just ripped it out of there. There's like no quality control, so it's even less than the stuff that we got. Because people got stuff from the mythic tier where it's like, you have a skeleton, his head is missing, or like the orc's like arm is glued on backwards. Like really just shoddy stuff. And they were good about it. They replaced a lot of people's stuff. That'll be my next rant. Is my dice cracked? My dice from Prophecy Tellor, and I knew Malwhip here. He got his dice replaced. And I think that was after a conversation. Like, I feel like I convinced him to do it. Like, he wasn't going to do it. I mean, maybe he was all along, but I was just like, you should definitely do it. Raise a fuss, send him an email, show him the pictures, and they sent him replacements. Well, when I sent him my complaint, because mine had cracked after they'd been in storage for like 2 years, and my other sets haven't, but it's just the orange ones had cracked. They were like, oh, well, we don't have any of the dice on their own. I'm just like, okay, well, what? So replace my whole box then? Because I'm not gonna just like take no for an answer. I mean, I expected a certain level of quality. I don't want my dice to like shatter. My dice aren't supposed to break. I mean, my Milton Bradley dice from like the 80s are still fine, you know.
Right.
And especially if I was a collector, man, I'd be pissed. It's like it's still in the package and it's broken. But yeah, I don't see any rogues in here. What are these bootleggers doing? They're not selling the rogue. But yeah, you can tell in some of the, well, not in these, but in some of the pictures, like the furniture's like upside down. It's like these aren't fans. These are just people that know that people want them, so they're going for that demand. But maybe this is the last
So
gasp.
they're just speeding through.
Maybe this is
Then.
the last gasps of the bootleggers. So maybe they know something's coming, and this is like their chance to cash in before something official comes out, and then they're no longer able to do this. But I mean, they're selling extra stuff. So one thing that I wish that Avalon Hill would, or Hasbro would allow Avalon Hill to do, because they're part of Hasbro Gaming, is so like Renegade, like what they do with their stuff. Renegade Game Studios does HeroScape. It's licensed from Hasbro. They do HeroScape, they do Axis and Allies, and they just let you. I mean, I could show you the website, but they just let you get like a la carte stuff. So it's like, oh, you want extra dice? Here you go. Oh, you want like better game pieces for the set you've already got? Here you go. You want replacement, this or that? You can get all the pieces and parts for your game. Whereas with HeroQuest, it's like, okay, you can get dice, but otherwise you got to buy a whole boxed expansion. It's not like, and is that because they think HeroQuest is too small to do that, or what's the deal? Of course, I guess if they just sell you these figures in a baggie, I mean, someone could more easily like flip them, but I mean, that's true with anything. You just take the stuff out of the box and just sell it. People will sell you like the dice and the character sheets, and then they'll sell you the board, and they'll sell you the pieces, and they'll sell you the furniture. So I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I did have a couple questions. So, are these cheaper than buying the original pieces,
Well, in some cases,
or
yes. So, all right. So you got 10 undead figures for $22.69. Well, it would cost you what, 35 for a brand new Return of the Witch Lord set, and that would have this many figures, but it would have like the quest booklet and the tiles as well. But I mean, I could see somebody like they already have it and they don't want to buy like another box. They just want to just like have a few
and
extra
they're not
figures.
selling that stuff individually, like naturally. So these guys sell them individually, and these are the original parts.
Yeah. But I mean, these 4 figures, you can't get these anymore unless you buy a mythic set that somebody is selling probably for several hundred. So for $22.69, it's probably a really good deal if you just want to have it.
Okay, I thought like if you were buying these were like cheap knockoffs or something.
Well, they are knockoffs, but they're probably like better quality knockoffs because they're using the original molds.
like sped through, or like they're not properly
I mean,
like
they look
done right.
they look like they're. I mean, I'm just picturing them like in a big, huge bin. So like they're all like bent up and stuff. But when you get them home, you
Oh,
could
okay.
probably scrub them down and soak them in boiling water and straighten them out, and they'd be probably look just as good as the mythic ones. So like once they came into retail, it seems like the quality control like went up. So like the glue was better and the dice like were better, and you didn't have as many like pieces that were broken or missing or whatever. I mean, these you can see the flaws like right there. So like with this guy, you probably have to take a knife and just like trim that little bit there, and then he'd look just as good. Like scrub off that schmutz there, whatever that is. But like with
Spirit
these,
Queen Prophecy dice are cracked. I've never used them. My boss dice from Etsy are 100% clear. See, I never understand that because I've never had dice break on me ever.
yeah. Well,
And
this
I've bought some really cheap ass dice before.
it's like the see-through resin dice, or not. Well, yeah, I guess it is a form of resin, but it's like yeah, it looks cool. It's like they're like casino dice, but they start developing internal cracks. And I first noticed, so my first trip to Gen Con, and Carmine was there, and he was like, okay, here's the promo stuff we've got. You know, he handed me the Dreadveil dice and the little tin and the little scroll thing and the pads and everything. But then they had these blue dice, and he's like, "Oh yeah, these are." And I forget his exact words, but I want to say he's like he said something like, "Oh, these are the factory seconds." Yeah, you can tell that's the wrong color. Well, we had to get rid of them, and he's just like, "Here they are." So he set the expectation like this is not what we wanted, but it's free. You can have it. So they were these little blue dice. They were like combat dice, and I was like, "Okay, cool." You know, they gave them away to lots of people. Well, a year later, I just had them on my shelf. I rolled them occasionally, like in the games and stuff in our streams, but I noticed there were like cracks developing in the center. I'm like, oh, yeah, so that's what he meant. So it must have been a batch of bad resin. But then people started mentioning that the Prophecy of Telor dice, which were released around the same time, which were orange, started developing cracks. And I checked mine, and mine were fine. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm okay. Well, I checked like a few days ago, and mine were definitely cracked. Like they were developing cracks. Now the cracks in the blue dice I've got are like really bad. But my frozen horror dice are the oldest of all. Never had any problems. The green dice, I've got Spirit Queen's Torment, which are like the ones that I got you. Those are fine. No cracks. And like he was saying, like Malwhip was saying, some of the bootleg dice have outlasted some of the official dice. So isn't that weird? So
Yeah.
sometimes the knockoffs are better than because I mean, on the one hand, I think like these people are like borderline scammers. I mean, I guess in a way they are because they're ripping off these companies. Um, but it's like if they lose a sale, like what does that mean for them? Like on the one hand, they don't care because they're scamming people anyway. On the other hand, they do care because like every sale is like they're trying to get like every penny they can. So they don't want people to get pissed off and like report them, probably, right? So they're gonna address like anything egregious like that. So it's kind of a weird mindset to be in. But anyway, again, I mean, I don't really know what's going on. I don't know if this is just like one guy doing all this or if this is like a huge like systemic thing. Because I think one of the early theories way back in the day when the Rogue had just come out, there were like these gray rogues. That's the thing. The Rogue was a red like figure and he's like sold out. He's a special hero. But there was a gray version that people were finding online and I think on AliExpress. And so one of the theories was, oh, maybe this is the prototype, like somebody stole it from like Doug's office or something, and or this was the one that fell on the floor at the factory. These are the rejects. But then it was like, well, no, maybe they just used the mold and just made more, and they just made it a different color just because they could. I mean, part of me looks at it and goes, yeah, you recast these guys in a different color, maybe they look better, or maybe my collectible one is still in the box, but I want to paint one, so I'll just get a cheap one here and paint it. But I mean, if the plastic is the same, the mold is the same, at a certain point, it's like, what's the difference? But you never know. I mean, they could use cheaper materials. Maybe the plasticizers will come out of them and they'll get all like oily and melt over time, or maybe the dice will crack. But it's a fine line. It's like I feel like the materials Hasbro is using are already really, really cheap. So sometimes theirs might be worse quality than the bootlegs, which is sad. Because you think, if I'm buying straight from the company, I mean, I ordered direct from Hasbro Pulse, and mine's still cracked. So where's the customer service? Hey, Wordicon.
I mean,
He says his
I
dice
feel
are
like
fine.
that kind of,
Oh, no, his
yeah,
Spirit Queen and Prophecy dice are cracked. I never used them. I boss dice.
yeah,
Oh, you already read that. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I just mentioned that. So
that's Wordicon.
I feel like that's the trade-off, right? Because you guys are small enough to have your voices heard, but the trade-off is that it just depends on maybe the issue at hand. Maybe like it just depends on where they want to put the money or the I guess the quality in it. But like I've never really seen that problem with any of the quality in some of the, I guess, the stuff that we've opened up.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, just
But
think
as far
though,
as like
you
looking
buy
at
a
that stuff on
product.
Ali, it didn't look bad.
Yeah, but let's say you buy a set of dice. I mean, if there's a flaw, you're gonna see it right away. Like, hey, wait a minute, there's this big, huge air bubble in it, or something, or it's lopsided, it doesn't roll right. But I mean, if it takes a whole year for the resin to crack, I mean, usually it's like, what's your return window? Like 14 days, 30 days, whatever implied warranty. But it's like a year later. But still, that's a defective product to me. I mean, that's. And one guy made a comment on the Discord, and it was like, "Is he trying to give me a hard time?" He's like, "Why aren't you saying like the company's reputation, lives or dies by whether they replace my dice?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't even have to say it. It's kind of obvious." I mean, if there's a company you really respect and you do a lot of business there, and they screw you over, like, you might be just like, well, they just had an off day. 99% satisfaction still. Or you're gonna raise a fuss about it. That one time you go into McDonald's and they give you a burger and it's like moldy. Like, this is a moldy freaking burger. Give me another one. Or just go, you know what? I lost my appetite. I'm going to Wendy's. So, I mean, I'm not gonna quit HeroQuest over it, but I mean, if this is the start of something, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely gonna ask for my justice here. Because really, there's no argument against it. Like, it's not like I didn't go to AliExpress to buy these. I bought it direct from Hasbro Pulse. It wasn't a pre-order, but I mean, it was that first week that it came out. Paid full price for it. Didn't abuse it. It's not like I stored it out in sub-zero temperatures or out in a hot attic with no air conditioner. It was just in my house. Uh, and it's not like I was like rolling them on concrete or something. I mean, either they got rolled in my dice box maybe once or twice, and then they just were just in storage, like inside my apartment with the rest of the stuff. But yeah, those fan roll dice, those better last. I mean, those were the $35 dice, the expensive ones, the tins, the collector's tins. But see, a lot of people aren't taking those out of the package. But see, that's not a protection either. You might think, oh well, as long as I don't roll them, they'll never get damaged. Wrong, because there's some flaw in there. I don't know if it's just like hairline fractures or air bubbles or something. There's some instability inherent within the material. They called it a bad batch of resin. So they're eventually going to break. And I guess if you're the type that never takes them out of the package and never checks, you're probably never going to know if they're bad or not unless you like x-ray the box or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you take them out once or something, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I just think, like, stand by your product, man. Like, what's the problem? Now, Mall Whip is in the UK. I'm in the US, so maybe different supplies or different customer service principles there. But I mean, if they want me to mail my box in and send me a replacement, sure. I mean, like Bohemius was saying, but yeah, but what if the replacement is just from the same batch and it's just going to break as well? It's like, what's the point? But you would think these with any of these retail products, like they do another print run, right? They keep selling it. They don't just stop, because then you're back to it being a limited run product again. Okay, so here, Mall Whip. See, I'm so glad you're here because I knew you were going to share this. Okay, so Wordicon said his thing, and then Mall Whip jumps in. Oh, one more thing from Wordicon, sorry. Wordicon says, I have a set of D&D dice that I still use to this day. They're clear and they're fine. Bought them in 1982. Cool. Well, I have seen some early D&D dice that were kind of like casino dice. They got the sharp edges, and they were like worn down because of how much they've been rolled. But you don't know if the people drop them on the floor and stuff, ding them up, threw them across the room, dog chewed them. Mollip says, I've had lots of replacements from Hasbro. Also buy duplicates when on sale rather than those individual models. But I would buy the models I need if they were cheap. Not that bothered though. Metal models from Reaper or Ral Partha will change your life. Say, I only have one metal model, and that was a gift. So my brother-in-law gifted me his box of 40k orcs, and he had one Kill-A-Can, which is like this little mini mech that a goblin's supposed to be inside, and it's metal. But I was like, listen, I've never done a metal miniature. I'm gonna have to do some research on this first, because the type of glue you use matters. The way you prime it matters. It's all different than plastic. You can't just throw it together and expect it to hold up. And the way you store it matters, and all this stuff. I have all my dice from all my old games, and they're fine. Only dice I've seen break are the Hasbro ones. Weird. Yeah, I would agree with.
I've never had dice break on me. I mean, at least when we were using dice for D&D and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean even I've
had people be really hard on dice before, so I don't. And that's weird.
Yeah, the resin dice, the see-through dice. I mean, the one if you go into any friendly local game shop, they have buckets of dice that you can just sort through, and they're overpriced. It's $1.25 for a single die, but you lost one, so you're like, okay, I don't want to buy a whole nother set. I just want that one. Or, you pick out a pretty one for your friend or something. But they have casino dice that they sell, but they always drill a hole in it. So you have some background in this. Why do they do that? Is that just to show that you can't bring it back or something? Doesn't the casino do that?
Oh, you're talking about the casino. Sorry, I didn't catch.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about So when they give you the dice, they drill a hole in it? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I see them for sale, and they're casino dice, but I mean they're.
Yeah, so because they're branded. If from what I was told, because I'm not an expert, I'm a technician, so I don't work at those casinos. And they do it with cards too. I have a pack of those cards, and they have holes in them. I don't know about them being because I know some cards are weighted, but they drill them because I believe they're just branded if they're dealer cards. So keeps people from going back in and cheating.
Because you could
get
a set from the casino, modify them, and then bring them back in.
No, you just hide them in your sleeve.
Oh, just literally the old card up the sleeve.
Because if you get for example, if they sell you a pack of cards, because they'll decommission them or they'll get rid of them or they'll sell them if they end up, for example, let's say the newer decks are different, but they're not that different. I don't want to reveal a whole bunch of where I'm at, but I go to a casino up in Tama, and they have the back of there says Meskwaki on it. So if they hand you a deck that says Meskwaki on it, and it's big purple letters, and they upgraded to a new deck of cards that says Meskwaki on it, but they're in black, but they still have a purple diamond on the back for a logo. So instead of their older deck having all purple with the purple diamond, it has black lettering with the purple diamond. But they just updated their logo a little bit. somebody can still come in there because the cards are going to look, they're going to look the same in the front when you're flipping them. And sometimes they will have those older cards in use until they completely convert them. So when they sell them, they drill holes in them. So you cannot bring them back in.
It'll be obvious. So I could
and try to blame the casino. Try to blame the casino. Say, oh no, these are your cards. You guys must have had one in the deck, and like they just cover their bases. That's what I was told.
Well, that makes sense. So
it never made sense.
I could just like buy a deck of cards at the gift shop or whatever, and be like, oh, I just got 4 aces, and I'll put them up my sleeves, and I'll go play a game, and try to like trick them and kind of like put it in. Oh, look, I got this. It's like,
well, yeah, and it never made sense to me because like there's always going to be card thieves or cheaters or stuff like that. But like most casinos that I've always went to, especially in like a table games area, like all casinos, they're covered at every angle. So like, because it's really funny because the one place that you'll go to in all of your life, not even a bank. I mean, banks usually have surveillance, but you go to any place in the world, like a financial institution, insurance, like a place for insurance, the DOT, any place that would be essential to your living, and it wouldn't have as much coverage as a gambling institution. And it's amazing because I don't find that's as important, but like I feel like that is as much like rules, rhetoric, and stinginess that we should probably apply to our actual like like things that actually matter. But like there's so much surveillance. There's so much surveillance that covers like table games. But like I would feel like if somebody's cheating or they're counting cards or something like that, usually you catch them. But they are so meticulous that if, let's say, they don't change the cards and they just want to sell the packs anyway, like older packs, and they seal them, or if they have extra packs, because I think most of the time it's because they have extra or something like that, or they're just selling them. They just sell them. They'll drill them so that people don't come back with extra cards in their sleeves. So
I think you can buy. So I mean, I haven't been to a casino and I don't know, probably since I was a kid, but I know that you can go on like Amazon and they'll say like individually wrapped casino dice. But it's like, I suppose even then it's like, let's say I'm going to a particular casino, they might not match the dice they have. So they would tell right away like, oh, those aren't our dice, right? And I heard that they swap the dice out like every few hours. So again, like either because they wear out because you got the sharp corners and they're translucent so that you can't see that there's weights painted on.
I don't work at table games. I've never worked in table games. I've set up tables before. Now that I have experience in that, because this year I had to build a table for not poker, but I think it was like 3-card stud. No, blackjack. It was blackjack. We don't call it blackjack because I think if you call it blackjack or poker, nowadays you have to pay.
Oh, interesting.
Like the handler or whatever for whoever calls it poker. It's like really weird. I didn't know you had to pay. Yeah, I didn't know there was a company that actually owned the name. But like, yeah, so we call it like 3 diamonds something or other, and it's ridiculous. So. But
instead of poker, it's called jack.
Building a table is not as hard as it originally sounds, but it does have its complications. Because you have to like put the felt over the table, and it's very precise. And if you ruin the felt, you piss off everybody.
Yeah.
They don't have any extras. They have to order it again. So
I like felt. Of course, the felt that I use on my stuff is just craft felt. So I mean, it's cheap. It gets like lint in it and stuff.
The dice the dice you're talking about are probably particular for each site.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that every site uses a like standard set, so it's
People probably
probably
collect them.
depending on the trade commission or whatever commission that follows gaming rules. So I know that over here it's IRGC. Wisconsin, they have their own gaming commission. Oklahoma follows their own. It's yeah,
And I
unless you're on reservation.
yeah.
So
And I was mixing up my metaphors there. I was quoting Goodfellas when I should have been quoting Casino.
damn, you're swimming with the fishes.
Joe Pesci. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, casino dice. But yeah, I've seen that whenever I see casino dice like at one of these like local game shops, it's always got a hole drilled through it. And
It's probably for that same reason, though. It's
I
probably
think,
just to keep
yeah.
from going in there
Well, I think
with
when I
it.
was a kid, it was riverboat gambling was a thing. So you can look that up. Riverboat gambling was a thing. It was brand
Yeah, I
new.
still go over there. I
And
still go over to
I went
places.
over there, and I think as a souvenir, I got a deck of cards, and there was like it looked like there was like a bullet hole like straight through the deck, and that was
Hmm.
because there's gang bangers playing high stakes.
No,
No, it's
they
because
still do
like you
that.
said,
It's
yeah,
like a hole punch.
yeah, you
Like,
just punch it right through, and it's like, oh, okay, so that's to prevent cheating. That's all the explanation I needed. Yeah,
yeah, I'm
but when they
probably way over explaining it, so I'm
but if
sorry.
you
But
tried to drill a hole through these dice, I'm sure they would just be in a million pieces. It would just crumble to dust. Like, because I was thinking to myself, well, when they make the dice, don't they stamp it? Like, I don't know how they actually make the dice. I mean, I've sent messages to some of these guys like on Etsy that sell the dice. Wait, what's so funny?
I'm sorry. I totally didn't see Mallet's comments because you both have green on your names, so he blended in, and I just saw the if you cheat at HeroQuest, I'll kick you in the nuts.
He will. He's
He'll do
ready.
it. He's ready.
He's ready. Yep, he'll do it. So I've had different people say different things to me, but what I thought, this is how I thought they made the dice. So they have little molds, they cure the plastic, and so you have these generic cubes. And then you have like a laser that just like etches the design into it, and then you have a little machine that just like squirts the paint on it, and then you just like wipe it off, so it goes into the rivulets or whatever, and then it's done. And that's how you make the dice. But the way some people talk, you're like, oh, does it drill? Does it like grind out the design? Or does it like stamp it like really hard, like a hammer press kind of thing? Because you think that if it actually impacts it would like, you know, start cracking like through the whole thing, just like if you drill the hole. But if you're using a laser, I guess you're just burning away like the outer layer to like create the pips or the design. Like with the HeroQuest dice, you got the skull and you got the white shields and stuff. It's like etched in there. But with like casino dice, it's just paint on the outside, I assume. But I mean, it feels like really high quality, like in your hand, like, oh, this is, durable. And yet you're doing it to try to minimize cheating and make it obvious that this is from a casino. This is not just, these aren't your like backgammon dice or something. Although I guess people gamble with backgammon too. Yeah. So I don't know, but they just need to get their act together. So I'm gonna keep after them. I'm gonna keep after them
Yeah,
to send me a
your
replacement.
shit together.
I mean, I only paid $35 for the pack, but still, I mean, I shouldn't have dice that crack after
But
a year, 2 years.
you paid money for it, and that's the thing is
Yeah.
you didn't pay cheap money for it.
If I
And
if
if you pay good money for a quality product, you should get quality for your product, and
yeah
that's
if
what I firmly believe in.
if I had ordered these from AliExpress and I got ripped off, I would still be mad, but I'd be more mad at myself. Like, why did I trust these guys? Like, I knew this was not like what was I expecting, kind of thing. Like, I only paid a couple bucks for this. I'm expecting, I'd be happy if it was anything, like, right? Like, I'm just buying
Right.
trash, like, on the street. Whereas if I buy from Hasbro, it's like, oh, okay, your reputation is on the line, like, every time you sell something. So, plus, I hear these stories of people complain and they get a replacement. It's like, okay, that's good customer service. That makes, on the one hand, I'm thinking like, well, your product shouldn't be defective like that in the first place. But you're being a good company because you're responding to the customer complaint. You're remedying the complaint by satisfying them. Just like a bank, like gives you a fee for no reason. Like, well, you waive the fee, right? Like you made it right. That's a good
Yeah,
customer
idiot.
experience.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. So if they don't do it, it's like, well, okay, then now you're not standing by your product. It it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Like, why am I going to run to pay, buy the next product? Get excited, consume product, get excited for next product. Like, no, I'm going to say, well, maybe Mall Whip's right. Maybe these bootleggers have better quality control than the actual company, and maybe I'll spend my money there. And yes, Hasbro could just go online and start sending those C&D letters and send the Pinkertons after these guys in their factories, but damage is already
There's a
done.
better way to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, okay, find out
and
find out how
I'll
the
find
bootleg
another way to do it.
find out how the bootleg guy is doing it and do it that way because he's showing you up. Like, that's sad. You know.
It really is. But like I said, there was a time period about almost 20 years ago when, like I said, we were under a very lighter form of this sort of shit with entertainment media, and I mean, the internet was a lot more careless, but still, people didn't take it, and they just got their shit for free a lot of the time.
I did want to show
They're
you
just
one
like,
of.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I did want to show you one other thing. So this is the Renegade Game Studios website. I hope you're seeing this. So HeroScape is all caught up now.
Definitely.
They've released everything from the HasLab campaign, and now they're forging ahead. They're releasing all new miniatures, all new terrain. So it's pretty cool. I'm not into the HeroScape thing. I mean, I have a couple pieces. I got some for my niece just so she could paint them. But I mean, like, I'm not a collector. This was not a game that I grew up with. This was a little bit later, 2004, 2006. But I just appreciated the fact that they have like all these like a la carte things. Like if you look up Axis and Allies, like, okay, you can get a map. You want a nicer map, or you just want a bigger map, or just another one, you can get it. You want dice, they'll sell you the dice. You don't have to buy a whole new set. You want chips, they got chips. Whereas for HeroQuest, I mean, you can download the character pads, I guess, and print those yourself. You can print out the booklets, but that's about it. Everything else, you don't get the option. So the bootleggers are, in the sense, providing like options that the company doesn't provide, because they're letting you buy like individual figures, or like figures that are out of print, or getting them in different colors, or you can get dice. Yeah, let's go back to AliExpress here. So let's see. I've never typed this in before. I know I sound like The Rock doing a cheat day. So yeah,
Right.
they sell you
Never
the.
eaten that burger joint before ever in my life.
Yeah. So there's your orange dice. So I get the email back from Hasbro Consumer Care saying, I'm sorry, we regret to inform you that we don't have any more individual sets. So I'm looking at this and thinking, $7.52. I could just say, F you, Hasbro, I'm buying these. Like, why wouldn't I be thinking along those lines? So I'm just saying. Or, oh, these look very similar to the. So some of these guys on Etsy are selling almost the same stuff. And I don't know if they're connected, but they look like they could be. Either from the same factory, or maybe the Etsy people buy them from this guy and sell them. But yeah, just like every color of dice. Like, why isn't Hasbro doing this? They could be making money hand over fist. Just sell every color, put these guys out of business, and just make
Are
some
you
of that
talking
money.
about like the why they're not making multicolored dice?
Yeah. I mean, they've given us a few. Like, okay, they gave us the Dreadvale dice are almost exactly like this, except they're have like glitter inside them. They gave us dice like this. So these are the Spirit Queen's Torment dice that some people are saying are cracking. These orange ones, these are like the Prophecy of Telor dice that are like mine are cracked. These I think look better than the First Light dice. These are like the
sorry
Joey
about the
Janela
shaky
dice.
screen. I had to adjust my monitor, but I have a small theory about it, but I don't know. I think that they do, or Hasbro operates kind of like on a, kind of like what I said before. It all kind of looks good on paper, right? So I bet you this idea has been brought up by Avalon Hill before about how, like, maybe we could release temporarily a pack of colored dice or do a promotional event or something like that. Not just something for like a special release, because I think they only do the multicolored dice with special releases, right? Or like the expansions, right?
Yeah, it's either an expansion box or it's just by itself as like a collector's tin, like a limited run thing.
Yeah, so like doing like maybe more special releases, and maybe they're not justifying it. And I don't know how much dice costs for them, but like
pennies probably.
I always feel like Hasbro likes to do this focus group mentality, like what they do with like their weird is the HasLab stuff.
Yeah, the fundraiser or the crowdfunding.
Yeah. They see how many people in their I don't know, their weird little pretend focus group. Because they don't even have a focus group, they just they let you become the focus group.
Yeah, they just poll the internet for insights. So they go on social media and they just like ask or they listen.
And like that's fine. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying like a lot of businesses, and I bet you they probably do it too. I'm not like pretending to be a know-it-all here. It just seems weird when because a lot of places will do, a lot of other businesses will do like a test run, or they'll say, hey, how do you think this will look with like this product or something like that. Instead, it just gets released on like a weird Kickstarter, and they're like, here, we're gonna do this, but only if it gets this much money.
Yeah, gotta make $2 million,
and it'll be a limited run, and
yeah.
And so I don't know. Like I feel like it probably got brought up at a round table or like during like a meeting or two, and it was probably like, no, we can't justify either the amount or the means, because it doesn't seem like it'd be something that, one, they would be interested in, or two, they would want to spend the money on for how little interest. I mean, like, you guys would probably want it.
Yeah. The hardcores will all buy it day one, but then after that, who's going to buy it?
But I think this also comes into the, like, kind of like the point that we brought up, and like some of the little tired, so kind of finding words here to put into this point. It's okay. We kind of talked about, like, you guys are kind of a smaller community compared to Hasbro's other IPs, and like I'm not saying that as an insult, because when you guys have like an issue or something, usually
they address it.
And Avalon Hill usually has your back. There's people within Avalon Hill that listen to you. We had in Carmine at one point in time that usually, like, he was on the Rantcast a couple times in chat, like, making sure that we were heard.
Yep.
Or that Kurgan was heard. And when you go to Gen Con, a lot of times you're met and heard. So, and a lot of people are, yes,
exactly.
and that's something we've always stated. Do not get me wrong here. That is not, I do not want to be misunderstood. And I'm going to make that very clear. We've always stood by that since we started this podcast. And now, I don't know if you were around during the time that they had those huge layoffs. But I made a very, very adamant point about how, you know, when it comes down to it, not everything is a pen and paper situation. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not perfect. These are just my opinions, and that's the whole point of our podcast here. Excuse me. I'm really not trying to sound like a douche. I keep saying it's mine, and it's not. If anything, this is like your baby now. But like, I'm just really tired. So, and I had a lot of sleep today. I have had no caffeine. So, yeah. So, but I want to make it like pretty clear that I'm trying to find the words. Let me get back to my train of thought here. That in my time having a business, I have learned to make sure that, yes, you can't cater to everybody. You can't cater even to the people that you work with. I contracted with people. I had to make sure that a lot of the times their needs were taken care of. I didn't have to pay them, but I had to make sure that, that at the end of the day, they were taken care of and paid for by the people that we were contracting with. And then, you know, I also had to work with other companies when I would cable manage. I learned a lot in my 10 years. And a big thing that I learned from when I started all the way into like the time like COVID started was when you reach a certain level as a business owner or like as you get bigger and bigger and bigger and you start making lots and lots of money, that I feel like that never becomes enough. And you want to spread your product around to like a wider audience. So, and I just think of that on a broader scale for Hasbro. So I'm trying to get my point out quicker. So I'm sorry if I'm kind of like just like blatantly ranting, or if I'm not making any sense. Hasbro is a big multi-conglomerate company. Probably almost never on the same page because the foot doesn't know what the head's doing, and same with the hand and all that stuff. They cannot work together as a bigger business. So, and they own so much that I believe HeroQuest to them was just a thing to make money. They brought it back because I don't know if it was Avalon Hill, I don't know who, but somebody brought this to somebody at Hasbro and said, hey, I believe this would help us make some money. There are people who've been asking about it, and I feel like if we kept it cheap or at this budget, this would make us this much money. And it was like a speculatory thing, but it was enough time for pitch, and it sold to an executive. So that's why, I feel like that project's there.
Yeah.
I feel like HeroQuest and Avalon Hill deserve more than that because they've worked their asses off.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest, if they had probably more money and more of a budget, they could probably take off with that. Mm-hmm. But because of our culture and the fact that even though HeroQuest is small and has a smaller fan base, and really, according to Hasbro, it's really a game that doesn't pick up a lot of huge audiences. According to Hasbro, according to their charts and their focus groups or their statistics, it's not a thing that picks up a lot of younger audiences, even though to you guys it probably does. And I've seen it pick up some younger people. Yeah. I'm technically one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not super young, but like
people our age, we buy it and you introduce it to your kids or your
So
nephews and nieces, your grandkids. Yeah.
to them, it is a pop, but they're not gonna let that IP go through their fingers because one day it might boom. So it's a hidden investment to them, but they're not going to do anything with it, and they're not going to spend a lot of money with it, and they're not going to let go because that's bad business. And then, but what I was taught in school and otherwise was and this is what separates bigger businesses from smaller businesses, is that if you have a passion for something, you have enough money for it, because you separate your business from your personal most of the time, because you don't expect to make a profit in your first 2 to 5 years as a business. You put that towards what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
You don't worry about losing or the risk, and I feel like that should be the reverse. I feel like as a smaller business, you should be working towards expanding. You should be working towards doing that. A lot of people risk a lot of their lives as smaller businesses, and places like Hasbro, they don't want to take half of their IPs anywhere. They stay tiny.
Yeah.
And sorry, my camera's all messed up. So, I feel like colored dice would be a great idea.
Yeah.
This is where I'm trying to sum up to it. I think colored dice. I think better figures. I think, to be honest, I think if they got a writer involved, they could expand the game.
Yeah. Well,
but they're too worried about appealing to the younger demographic a lot, and they're worried about their price averages and playing it safe.
Yeah.
That they're doing it. I think that it's because everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
That they're doing it too much.
The mobile
it's going to harm.
Where the Funko Pops, what?
Yeah, it's going to harm the business, and it's. Yeah. I just hope that where it stands right now, I hope that this continues. That we keep getting stuff for HeroQuest.
Yeah, I do too. But I mean, you look at the merch that fans have made. I've been making T-shirts. I've made way more HeroQuest T-shirts than HeroQuest has ever made. And Ribby's got the magnets and the pins and the rims. And you look at all the people that 3D print stuff. You got people selling hats. You got people selling dice trays, dice, custom minis, custom boards. All kinds of stuff.
And to be honest,
Hasbro could be making a cut of that stuff.
I agree with you. To reply to your comment there, Malwhip, because they are morons. And I'll play devil's advocate for them here just this once. Me and Kurgan have always talked about this. I can't remember if you agree or disagree with me on this, but I think we've kind of always talked about how with HeroQuest, I have the same kind of feeling as D&D. And I know some people disagree with me in the chat here, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to go and blow $200+ on the game, or if you are low on money and you want to wait, the great thing about board games as opposed to digital media is the fact that with board games, you can make the game your own. Yep. You can find a way. It's like being 8 years old with not having, with only having a certain set of, an allowance, or not having very much money at all. You were given the HeroQuest starter set or whatever, or that's what you had in the house. You had a pen and a pad, and you could make the rules, or you could modify the rules. You could find what you had, and you could modify it.
Yep.
That's what I did with D&D a lot of the time. Was there's always a way to play the game. There's always fun little things, but at the end of the day, camera, D&D is up here, and it's creativity is what you put into it.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can use the figures and stuff. That's fine. But at the end of the day, I sat with a book, one of those books back there, over on the shelf, and I played Star Wars D&D with some friends on Monday. And then I ended up getting the expansions. I ended up getting the class books later. But I didn't like do all that stuff. I didn't like drop $600 just out of nowhere. And I know people that did, but like, you know, that's the thing is, and that's why like I'll never get Wizards of the Coast for this shit. They like try to monetize this nonsense instead of taking it slow like they usually do. You know, you can't turn these games into what video games and shit are nowadays. You just can't. You can't paywall something that people use their imaginations for. So, but I mean, as far as, and that's why I say I think they're afraid of doing stuff like that, because at the end of the day, if they do something like that and they drop all this money and they waste the resources to make something like HeroQuest D&D, people are just going to kind of do it at home anyway.
Yeah.
They're not going to have the money to do it.
Yeah.
Or to drop on it. And then they're just going to go and do it, or they're going to grab the rule book from a friend and they're going to do it at home, or they're going to print the stuff at home, and then they're just not going to buy it. It's like demo discs back in the day. You just played the demo discs forever.
Yeah. Like Doom,
and then eventually you lost the sale.
That's right.
So.
Yeah.
But.
Well, and I think I can see it with degrees. So as I understand with D&D, like you can just play it with your imagination. Okay, you get a basic set of dice, some paper, maybe you get one of the books. You bring all your friends together, you play. But I mean, there's people that want to have their pre-painted miniatures. There's people who want to have like their metal miniatures. They want to have their fancy dice tray. They want to have their nice like velvet bag to put all their dice in. They want to have like, you know, 3D terrain. So they could spend like hundreds, thousands of dollars. But I feel like Hasbro has this weird like all or nothing attitude. Like either it's all just in an app that you pay a subscription for, or it's all that stuff. But it's like, what about all the people in between? You know, the people that buy one HeroQuest box and they're satisfied. Like what's wrong with that? Or the budget gamer,
well,
like they just want to do
that leads
bit.
me.
It's not just
that leads me to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that leads me to the mentality that everybody has.
Yeah, it's a bigger problem.
But before I reply to you on that, I don't care personally, because this is a great conversation.
Yeah.
Are we just doing a HeroQuest episode tonight?
I guess that's what we ended up doing. I'm sorry. Do you want to take a little
cool.
break and jump in with your other topics? Because I feel like we did a 2 hour.
I mean, no, it's okay if you want to keep doing HeroQuest. We just gotta plan out the rest of the night, because it's gonna be midnight in an hour.
We got Xbox to talk about. You want to talk about?
Yeah. So if you want to talk about Xbox, that's fine. If not, we can still do HeroQuest. I'm cool with it, because we can talk about that stuff next time. But it's up to you. So, but if we're gonna do any like special gaming stuff afterwards, we don't want to. We don't want to keep people waiting. I might have to 5 a.m. Holy shit!
I might have to change the name of the episode. Yeah. So we talked about Xbox raising their prices, and you and I had kind of a back and forth, because you were rightly reminding me, hey, you know, put your money where your mouth is, vote with your wallet. Like, what do we always say? You know, the company's screwing you over. What are you gonna do? And it's like I have a year-long subscription to. It was originally Xbox Live Gold, and they changed it to Xbox Game Pass Core. Now they changed it to Game Pass Essential. So I've got the cheapest plan, but it's like I already subscribed for a whole year, and then they raised the price. So I'm not affected by it, but I'm still.
I didn't completely research the details on it. I just knew what was going to happen, what the plan was on the 2 levels, not the free stuff, but. I'll respond a little bit to this, and then we'll go take a break. So, and this is this brings me back from even your HeroQuest, the HeroQuest response. we were just talking about how what about the people in the middle? It's from Hasbro to Microsoft to even now almost companies like Apple, any major company. A lot of people are going to tell me right now, so what? It's just the way things are going right now. It feels like it's the way it's always been. It's just more apparent. I don't agree with that because even though you were getting screwed, it was, I think it was more ethical. We are taking a lot of culture and business practice from other countries that are more shisty and unethical, and they are slowly being slipped here. Now, that doesn't apply to people who don't live in the U.S., by the way, but because I don't know what's going on over there. But things like what do they call them? Like the Labubus, things my kids keep talking about. They come in things called like surprise boxes or some crap like that. That's a Chinese thing, and then the
it's like the Beanie Babies of the day, but it's all like TikTok influencers.
Yeah, but it's like way worse.
Blowing money and freaking out.
Because they're like 10 times more expensive, and you're not guaranteed to get like.
And they have knockoffs.
That you want.
They're called like
and then
poo-poos or something.
And then on top of that, people like us who are in the middle who just want to we can't afford everything right now, or we don't want to buy everything right now. My response to you is that they don't care. A lot of companies don't care about that. That they are banking on whales because whales are what make up that profit. And according to them, for like the last 10 to 15 years, that mentality is what's been making money for a lot of a lot of major businesses in the entertainment industry. So people like us still make them money, but what is filling the gap is the people who shell it all out. So I hate to break that to everybody here, but I feel like a lot of companies are going that route. Whether it's like not hidden, but like whether it's like subconsciously, or it's more apparent, like it's just blatant. Like they do it a lot in the video game industry, but yeah.
Sorry. Brain rot.
Well, I'm not teaching them any TikTok challenges. But anything from just about any company you think of right now, they're moving over to bigger subscriptions, pricier stuff, and there's like a million different reasons why. Like there's a million different reasons they could use.
Yeah.
But I've got to simplify this, or I'm gonna lose my train of thought.
Go for it.
But like you were saying, people like us just help pay the bills or help cover expenses. And I think the thing they're banking on is what you were talking about before. So, and it kind of goes into the Xbox situation. Like, when they came out, they're saying they're making so much money, they're doing fine, and they go to switch up their kind of their business model, because consoles to them aren't selling. They're losing money on consoles. So they switch up their business model to do make so their games are accessible everywhere. So they're investing their money in being able to play on any platform, so you can buy your games anywhere. However, they control the license for those games. So that helps them. On top of that, they are now focused solely on Game Pass. So they introduced Game Pass as a kind of like a deal for people like you who just I'm not like I'm a hardcore gamer. I want a cheap deal for something that I play on my Xbox with. Great. Game Pass is for you. It's for people who just want something.
Yeah.
I've never had it because I'm not a not an Xbox guy, but I heard it was a really great deal. It's what sold people on a lot of stuff, and apparently you got new titles too. So good deal. And then all these other subscription prices raised up. We got a whole bunch of other like crazy inflation crap going on. So what does Xbox do? They go, hey, the price of the Xbox is going up. Price of our other stuff's going up. Then a couple months later, price of Game Pass is going up. Oh, and by the way, we're not hurting or anything. We just want to take everything you have. We want it all. Don't worry about us. Fuck you. We just want your money. Because that's what I got from that message that they gave us was they were like, oh no, we're making billions in revenue.
Yeah. Not like, oh my gosh, we have to do this or we're gonna go under.
Yeah, we just bought the ROG Ally. We didn't have the balls to make our own. So we, it's now the Xbox Ally. So there's that.
Let me push back just a little bit. Like, okay, so they're claiming that, oh no, check this out. There's value added. Like, you have access to cloud gaming now. Cloud gaming. It's like, look, I got your cloud gaming right here.
If you want, if you want to get screwed anywhere else for cloud gaming, Amazon Luna is like $5-10 a month, I think. So is the Ubisoft service and the EA services that offer that. You link them to that for like $20 a month. You can play on any device as long as you have a good internet connection. It's streaming. The only person that couldn't do game streaming was Google. Google flopped real hard on that because they tried to do the same thing Xbox was doing and the same thing Nvidia was doing. And the only reason they couldn't keep up with it was Nvidia had enough money to still keep up with screwing people and not being able to make profit on their GeForce Now stuff.
It's becoming like movie streaming services. See,
I can't remember what it was called. It was like Google something or other, but
not Google Play. But
you needed specific hardware, and then you needed to download something on your phone, and then on top of that, the titles that you had to rebuy every title to stream it. Unlike with like Luna and shit, like I think you can, as long as you subscribe, you can just play anything that they offer. It's like with like Netflix, as long as they have the license or it's available on the service, you can play it. GeForce Now did the same thing Google did. They were like, oh, it's if you subscribe to us, if it's in your library on Steam, you can play it. But if it's not, you have to buy it. Which is like the stupidest shit in the world because you're subscribing to a service.
Once your subscription ends. So with Xbox Live Gold, it was different. Like back on the 360, they don't have this anymore. You
Stadia.
You download the games every month and you just have them. They're yours. Whereas with Xbox One, it was like, oh, if you stop paying for your subscription, they just delete all the games that you had. They're just gone. So you're just renting them.
Yeah.
And that's how the new pass is. So it's all disposable. It's like, okay, you play this game for a month, and it's going to be just like movie streaming services. It's like, well, why would I get HBO Max? Well, only because they've got like 3 or 4 movies that I really want. And it's like, oh, but then I see like Netflix has something else, so I cancel HBO Max and I get Netflix. And it's just like, I'm not loyal to any company. Like, they have the thing I want that goes away, the license expires. Okay, it's like, I'm just done with all that crap. I'll buy DVDs, I buy physical games, but yeah, I guess I'm a dying breed. I'm not their customer anymore. I feel like.
So I'm I'm gonna push back on you on that one,
Okay.
but I somewhat have your agreement with with game streaming. The big difference from streaming movies, because a lot of big companies nowadays right now are saying there isn't a difference. We need to get used to not owning our games as opposed to not owning our movies. And while we should still own or have partial rights to the licenses of our movies that are digital, and that's what I agree with you on, having digital movies that flip-flop between services is a pain in the ass, and I don't like it. Yeah. It's a lot more tolerable than paying 60, 70 bucks for a game that I have save files hooked up to.
Oh, yeah.
Requires hardware, all that shit. And 3-4 different companies are doing different things for. With streaming movies, they're all doing the same thing. Yeah. Like, movies are things that you watch. It's not complex. Unless you own a theater or something and you like to watch it on fucking, what is it? Like 20 millimeter or something. Like, unless you're like a fucking artsy type.
Millimeter, yeah. Well,
so,
okay, so you watch a movie, maybe you watch it maybe twice, 3 times, and you're done. Video game, you play it for what? 6 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's like, for example, here, and I'm
like,
referring.
I want to come back to a game like
here.
a year from now. I can't do it because they've taken it off.
Well, no, that's not. Yes and no.
Go ahead, do your point.
And listen, referring to Malwip here, because he was saying that Google Stadia and Amazon Luna were not for him, right? Definitely not Stadia. Stadia gave you no freedom. You paid the monthly, and I know the monthly was way too fucking high. It was some ridiculous price. It was like 10, 20 bucks a month. I can't remember. And the reason I say it was ridiculous is because you owned nothing. They made it very clear. And like you technically own nothing with any of these. But like, not only did you have to buy the hardware, I think, for that, you had to go through all these weird ass steps. I think they had that. Yeah, you had the controller or some shit too, and like, then you had to buy the games again.
Yeah.
And the games, they don't switch titles. It's like they did say if they had to pull the licenses. That's anywhere. That's Steam now. Steam says if they pull the licenses, then you're fucked. But like, the big thing here is that with Stadia, you were paying $20 a month. And on top of that, having to pay full price for a brand new game. So, and it didn't matter if you owned it or not. So nobody fucking wanted Stadia at all. Luna, however, when it first came out, because when I first started streaming, I compared all of these. I subscribed to all of them, except for Stadia. Stadia, I didn't have the means, but Luna was the easiest. That's the only time I'll ever support an Amazon product. Is if you ever wanted to get into cloud gaming, Luna worked with a moderate internet connection. It wasn't the best. You're not playing like those crazy ass gamers who will insult you if you're not at least at 240 frames a second at 4K. You're going to be 720p or 1080p depending on your internet connection. You'll be 30 to 60 frames a second. But you'll be on any device that supports it. And they had a free version, as long as you had Prime. And then they had a free version with Prime, and then they had $5 a month for like Luna Basic. And then you could hook Ubisoft and EA, which I know those aren't big things, but like whatever. Now, what I was talking about before was the thing with save files.
Yeah.
Like, when you play on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, stuff like that, you have at least a way of backing up your stuff. Mm-hmm. Or, like, when you move to a different console, you could do that if you want. Yeah. Or, you at least keep your old console. Not everybody does that, and they restart, whatever. But there was no real guarantee that if like you unsubscribed or you resubscribed that you were going to keep that stuff. And there was a guy idiotically who subscribed to the Ubisoft thing, played Assassin's Creed Origins, bought microtransactions, and lost his save and his account information, and then ended up having like lost all of that progress because his save corrupted, had to call Luna support, got referred back to Ubisoft, and then like just lost it because he had to go through all that rigmarole. And that's what I'm talking about, is that the support would have fucking sucked because at that time I don't think they had a proper fix for that. So as far as it goes, if you just wanted to play games and you weren't into like, because big games like, you know, like Assassin's Creed or shooters, like big shooters and stuff like that, were not pretty preferable, and I don't know how well they are now. Like playing, like having my kids on the TV with that and having them hooked up to a controller was worth the $5 a month. They played like Sonic and stuff for like a couple months.
Sure.
And
it had its
you know,
place. I look at it as convenience. Like to me, the idea like, oh yeah, you can watch your movie anywhere, you can play your game anywhere. That's convenient. But then when they switch services or they take it away or you just have to keep paying for it even though you're not playing it, that to me is inconvenient. So then
well,
it
yes,
becomes more convenient to just have the disc in a box and I can just dust it off when it's time to play it, or
correct,
a ROM on a flash drive or something, or a cartridge
right,
or whatever.
and that, and like I said, that stuff had like no value to me. So like I said, it was there because like Netflix, it's there for my kids, and my kids didn't have any real hold on it. They knew what the games were. The games were available elsewhere. So as they grow up, they wanted to play them again. They should be available somewhere else. But the big thing here is with things like GeForce Now. GeForce Now was like a lot more complicated. It was similar to Stadia, but Stadia offered you a controller. GeForce Now was like, here's these tiers. The free one's like you hook up to a server that has basic hardware in it. So you're playing on like shitty tier hardware. You could subscribe to us, and depending on how much you're paying per month, you get a reservation to this rig that has this processor, this graphics card, and will allow you to play at these settings. Or you can like subscribe to this one and it's got all this fucking awesome hardware in it. And then you get put in queue depending on like how much you pay. So if like this game has a high popularity, you may have to wait. And I'm like, I'm not paying you to sit and wait. Like that's ridiculous. Because we're going backwards at that point. I could put a disc in my my system and just play it. And I'm paying you more to sit and wait in line. So if anything, you're not doing anything for me.
Dude, I just thought of it. I just remembered. So I bought a copy of. It was the only. Well, no, it was this. I've bought two limited run games. So I bought Shredder's Revenge more recently. I got the UK version. It's on DVD-ROM. But I also bought Night Trap. That could be a Halloween game. I know it's just like clicking on monitors and stuff, but for Spooptober, what do you think? Dun 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 dun.
I mean, yeah, to revisit some classics, you bet. I'm
Complete
all about
schlock.
revisiting. I'm all about revisiting classics, but I do want to play some actual horror games. And if you don't want to play like a gore fest game, I get that, but we gotta play some like legitimate like.
Yeah. Well, you
We gotta get in.
you do you, man. I'm just saying for me. Night Trap is a classic. Well, that's the funny thing. It's not okay, my honest opinion, it's not a good game. It's not. But it came around in a time when we did not have a lot of full motion video games. It was shocking, and people like parents got like freaked out about it. And it really is a tribute to like those schlocky like vampire movies. So it has its appeal, even though it's just a puzzle game. It's a really basic puzzle game. But you feel like
What
you're in like
about
a horror like
What about like Resident Evil or something?
Ground Zero, Texas. Oh, I remember that. The Resident Evil games, I never really got into them. I know they're classics.
See, I don't mind. I do not mind going back to like your like decade of video games.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy it. It's like
I think horror games.
I played Night Trap.
Yeah, horror games have gotten much more atmospheric, right? Because you can do more with graphics than you could back in the day.
So you know what? No, I have played. No, I didn't play Night Trap. I'm thinking about something else. So I will play Night Trap with you, because it's just I've revisited those games a lot because of like YouTubers and stuff. Like the whole like era of the nerd and stuff. But it would be nice to go back to Night Trap again. But you and I have to like we gotta settle on something.
Okay.
I can get if you don't want to do like the.
Well, Mallwhip's gonna jump in. He'll play it with you.
What?
I'm
not dead set on the LS trials. If you don't want to play it, then we can always find something else. But there's like tons of other scurry games.
How do I invite you to the game? Let's see. Well, I guess probably with Night Trap, I just dig out my copy and install it. But I see Steam has it. Night Trap 25th anniversary, $15.
But I'm trying to think.
Single player, but I mean, you can have a good time just like commenting. No, don't click there. Oh, what are you doing?
That game was so frustrating.
Like, oh, now they're dead. You really screwed up. Like, I forget the speech he gives at the end when
You're fired.
Yeah.
Trying to see another.
You're just trying to save the girls from the vampires. But this plot is kind of funny because it's like the rich couple, the rich vampires, they're like helping the poor vampires by giving them like co-eds to feast on.
You could play Visage. Or I guess Splatterhouse would be a nice game for us to play.
Yeah.
Because I'll meet you in the middle with that. But Resident Evil would be a nice game to play, like just like a co-op, one of the co-op ones.
Okay.
Or let's see. Man, we changed topics real fast, didn't we?
Yeah.
There are a couple of like indie horror games that are pretty cheap, like trying to find it. Dark Hours is a good one. I played it with King Duart, and we not only laughed, but we had some pretty freaky moments. It's about you play as you do like they're like kind of quick heist missions. You do like heist missions, and you enter like these heist areas, like casinos or museums, and you collect stuff that you sell for money. And your Dark Hours. Your goal is to get the ultimate treasure inside, but each area has a different random like monster that hunts you.
Struck for this. No, I'm just looking at
what for
Steam.
For Dark Hours.
Well, Steam plays the little trailer for each of these games. What are some of the other games that you mentioned? Oh, right.
But I have Dark Hours, and it's a 4-player game. That's a 4-player game, and it's very fun.
Okay.
There's Dark Hours, and then
which Resident Evil is the co-op one?
5 and 6 are co-op, I believe. I don't know if the new or the Resident Evil 2 remake is co-op. I can't remember. And then there's another one too. There's another Phasmophobia is a nice one too. There's Phasmophobia. There is Headliners. Headliners is another like cool one, and that one's not like super freaky.
Okay.
It's another fun game. Puppet Master is free.
Ooh.
Hey, Clerks references. I like those.
Yeah, so you have more games in your like queue than I have like ever bought in my life. And what am I saying? I've bought lots of retro games, but on Steam
I'm about to say, dude, you have like a fuck ton of retro games,
I have a
dude.
ton of games. I just don't have them on Steam. That's what I have. Yeah, some of the games that Malwhip is talking about, I've watched him play, and it's like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, I don't have Dead by Daylight or Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Killer Clowns. I've got Alice Trials though.
yeah, that's one I was like, I don't think I want this one.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't know. Everybody's
Don't be scared.
got their limits, I guess.
I wonder is Dusk multiplayer? Might be multiplayer. I can't remember. Dusk is fun. It's kind of got like an Evil Dead feel
Killer
to it.
Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, Dusk is like PvP if you want to play that, or it's online PvP. And you would like Dusk. Look up Dusk.
Okay.
Kind of like a newer retro style game. Kind of like a Quake feel. Evil Dead the game. Yes.
Just not Hail to the King. That was disappointing. Remember that one?
Oh yeah. This came out in 2018 and it was fun. Dusk is like fun. It's like kind of has like a PS1 Quake feel. It's online PvP too.
It's like Quake. They added content to it. Quake is a wave. Yeah, I just remember Quake being really generic. Like people were just going nuts over it, and I get it. It was like one of the first games that people were playing like competitively
Okay.
online. But I was playing other games at the time.
You guys,
The engine was used a lot.
you guys handled that real quick. Since we didn't take our break, I'm gonna use the restroom because I really gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we could take a little break here, guys. Yeah, I mean, whether we all play a game together or you guys start a game and I just watch, it's all good. But you can't stream, right? So I'd have to be streaming it.
I mean, technically I could, but it would just be basic. I don't have any overlays or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Or we could just go to Discord like we did before. If you don't want to do it live, do it live.
I mean, I don't care. You can do it live.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I'm going to bed and just like leaving the stream running, and then I'm gonna get up in the morning like Snoop Dogg and be like, better not still be recording. It's like 8 hours.
Well, here. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Break.
You feel it out. Feel whatever you want to feel, and we'll come back to it.
All right. Okay. All right. We're taking a 10-minute break, let's say.
Yep.
All right. So BRB, get our music back on, and we'll see you soon.
Hey.
RantCast.
What'd you buy?
I bought Night Trap.
Oh my gosh.
Just because I didn't want
we
to
lost
take it out of the package.
I thought he was playing games with us.
Well,
on.
He said it's 5 a.m. guys, and he said it's 6 a.m. guys. Got to go. So I guess we had that 1 hour with him. Well, thank him for dropping by.
Well, I mean, we can always do some games like later. We could pick a day closer to Halloween and do that.
Fairweatherman is here. I realized we were talking about his video and everything, and he's just here. So
yeah,
welcome. There we are. Yeah, so I changed the title to HeroQuest Bootlegs and Xbox Greed, but I think we're slipping into the spirit of the season. I love Halloween. I love trick-or-treating, even though I'm not a kid anymore. I like taking kids trick-or-treating or giving them candy or, watching scary movies, dressing up in stupid costumes, having a blast.
Right.
Playing horror games is kind of a newer thing for me, but, it's a fun little tradition. I liked when we read those game books for old Spooktober.
You really do need to do that again this year.
You need to come over.
I haven't
Knock on
forgotten.
your door, and it's like, hey, I got a stack of Choose Your Own Adventures here. We're gonna break out the Sean Connery impressions.
Hell yeah.
Someone's gonna come up to the window and just like put their face up
You're
to it.
stealing a Humvee. Well, I'll probably pull out my walking.
Yes. No.
Yeah. I'm trying to do the calm walking.
Calm.
The bringer of death.
It's anti-Christ.
Destruction.
Got me in a real vendetta kind of mood.
I'm gonna watch you swing.
I haven't killed a man
And take it.
since
You
1984.
gotta take it easy.
Paul Muad'Dib taking over the spice production. No.
No. When you take a bite, you ease into it.
I got a fever. The only prescription is more spice
more
production.
cowboy.
More cowboy. Yeah. Mix it all together. Till it's
Yeah, baby.
Whoa.
He said, sock it to me one more time.
Yep. Oh, and then he left, just as I mentioned his name. Okay, well, if I say Bohemius, does that mean Bohemius is going to leave too? Bohemius. If I say Wordicon. We outlasted them all in our trials.
Oh, dang.
Dang, got him. Bohemius. Well, you're in a different time zone, so I appreciate you coming by. It is getting late, so what do you say?
I'll finish. I'm gonna well, yeah, because I'm gonna finish up because we did a pretty long HeroQuest segment, and I did want to. I'll probably just finish up my current topic here.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, we were kind of brushing up on our topic with Xbox. And like I said, I'm just using Xbox as the example because I think a lot of companies are kind of doing this nowadays. They're not like, I don't know about jacking everything up 50%, but I'm noticing like a big trend. Like I said, we had that thing with Randy Pitchford kind of doubling down. And if they're not jacking up prices, they're kind of selling or they're moving on. So I don't know if this is kind of like a warning or maybe it's just a sign of times are changing. But we did get a couple of links. I can give you these links on. It's just Twitter, but
Don't you mean X?
whatever.
It's like
so these are references on X.
No.
It references on X here from the Red Dragon. Xbox Insider says future Xbox hardware is up in the air and may not happen despite their announcements. Costco isn't going to be the only major retailer pulling Xbox. More massive layoffs coming, more price hikes are coming. Full third-party software company is the future of Xbox. And if we look at what he posted, I'll go ahead and send this over to you so you put it up. Because this is what I was going to reference. Boom.
This isn't going to take over my computer, is it? Oh,
Yep.
Totally did.
Without going into too much detail, this is quote for quote here. Not long after the last round of layoffs. Next one should be coming in Q1. It's going to be just as massive as the last one. Some rumblings out of Xbox started coming out that there was a little hard to believe. Ramifications of the GOD gamut not working. Blah, blah, blah. We're kind of moving down here. To sum up, the future of Xbox is software publishing, which we kind of already saw. They were kind of getting out of the hardware game with a significantly honed-in focus on profitable IPs, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Minecraft, Candy Crush, which is weird to say, Forza Horizon, cloud gaming being the home of the Xbox platform, transitioning Game Pass into basically becoming the point of entry subscription for xCloud access, which will continue to drive its price tag higher. they aren't done there yet either, and releasing their software on any device that has a marketplace and users are willing to buy their titles. Maybe some OEM thing will take up the Xbox name, but given that is clearly a collapse in favorable mindshare and faith in said brand, I'm not even sure a third-party OEM is going to want to have an Xbox console by the time Microsoft is done with their reorienting of the division. So, and this is coming from Sneakers SO. His reply to Cruz.
Yeah.
So
who any of these guys are, but
I'm guessing these are people in the industry on X right now. So these are people who have been watching what's been going on with the ongoing stuff with Xbox at the moment. So you could probably click on them and find out what's maybe, I don't know. But
it's just a picture.
What I would say is I kind of knew they were doing that, but the big warning sign is that they bought up a whole bunch of developers, even some publishers, because they have Bethesda under their belt, which is awkward considering the fact that Bethesda had a huge plate of games they were planning to release, and one of them was the next Elder Scrolls, which I don't think is coming out. Only because, I mean, I don't know, maybe they still have the publishing rights and everything. I don't know if Microsoft still has a say in that or not. But at the end of the day, Xbox getting out of the hardware industry almost completely is not something I didn't see coming. It's more the fact that this isn't just Xbox or Microsoft. I feel like a lot of companies are doing something similar, and I feel this is kind of like this toddler's view on business, where it doesn't matter what the rules or the limitations on having a business is. We're going to toe the line between monopoly as much as possible because it's the easiest branch to take. We're going to run the hustle game as hard as we can now, so we don't have to worry about it later. Because that's how we secure our future. That's how we secure our business. That's how we secure everything. Is we're gonna, just buy up every IP. I mean, Phil Spencer mentioned it before that he wanted to even talk about buying Nintendo at one point in time. So, yeah, and it was a big thing. So. And like I said, this is kind of this toddler or child's mentality because, like I said, the plan sounds good at first, looks good if you know what you're doing with all these IPs under your belt, but now you didn't know what to do with them. In fact, you killed some of them. Even the people who made Hi-Fi Rush are no longer a team, and they made probably one of the best games Microsoft released in the last couple of years, and or Microsoft helped publish. And at the end of the day, a lot of the people under Microsoft's branch they haven't really released anything great. Besides like what they just listed here, Call of Duty and all the mainline bullshit. So you spent all this money, which once again, like, an overeager child, blew your wad, and what do you have to show for it? So that's what I see out of this is, I saw a guy who came in on Xbox saying that he was going to deliver by keeping this for the people, right? Which was a far-fetched promise to begin with, but at least saying that he was going to try, which he came off strong. And then started to divot a little bit during the Xbox One by giving people access to Candy Crush on the Xbox, and the price is right. Like throwing a whole bunch of weird shit into the Xbox One, and then doing stuff like this. Like winning favor with Game Pass, but then doing this. And I think a former Xbox executive was brought in. I think we brought this up too. They were brought in to ask about this whole business model, in which they said this is ridiculous. Like this is a really bad idea. And that if they were going to go with mobile computing and stuff like that, they should have waited. So I think this is going to flop really bad because like I said, the idea is there. Like the fact that they wanted to branch out to every platform, that's a great idea. It's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they killed everything else under their umbrella, though. Like they're not focused on making the Xbox better. They don't have to invest money in it, but they're not focused on making the Xbox better. They're not advertising it as much. They're not doing anything with it.
And they're squeezing the
to make it like pop out. Yeah. Yes, so everybody who's faithful, the Xbox is all that's left. I'm definitely not buying a gamer fridge. So, and PlayStation's not any better right now either. They're just not making an ass of themselves in public, I think. But like they're doing something like weird too, as far as I know. But you can at least still buy the console, and it at least kind of works. I know some people who are like really petty about it, say that like their controllers are kind of funky. But my DualShock has been strong. I don't think I've ever had a bad DualShock before. So yeah. I know some of their controllers have had stick drift since in the last 5 years, but Nintendo's had that problem too. So
your doctor, if you're having
not that it makes it better.
Stick drift.
Yeah. So, but for me, it's more the fact that I think Sony's kind of trying to pull this weird thing with, they're trying to gatekeep a lot of their crap, and because they're a business, and for some reason, I don't know what it is with Japanese businesses lately, just trying to execute anybody who wants to have a hand in anything that's theirs. So, but that's been Nintendo, and that's been Sony lately. Getting a new third-party control pad soon. Gamester or 8-Bit Duo. Oh, the 8-Bit Duo is awesome, I've heard. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to bring up. There were a couple other posts on Twitter by one by Legendary Drops saying that, and I quote, one of Game Pass's hidden changes and arguably one of the most disgusting. Here, I'll go ahead and send this over to you.
Disgusting.
All right. And arguably one of the most disgusting for the future of the hobby is that they are monetizing game quality and resolution. And it states in here, the tiers, you have Essential, Premium, and Ultimate. And this is what GeForce Now did, I believe. So you have streaming resolution and bitrate, which bitrate's important if you want to be able to see your fucking game. So Essential gets you up to 1080p with 10 to 17 megabits, and I think that'd be okay. But it depends on what game you're playing. But you get basic access to cloud-enabled games from the Game Pass library or owned titles, potential wait times. So you still have to wait. You're going to have to wait in line. Wonderful. That's GeForce Now stuff.
Wait a minute.
Premium up to 10.
Does this mean that like you'll be less competitive in like online games, or it just means your
resolution? No, it means potential wait times mean like, let's say, because I think Essential is the one where you don't get the new games, right? It's like I think Essential is like, I think it's the free one, right? Isn't that the free one?
No. Well, for Xbox, it's okay. So I got mine for $6.50 a month, but it's $10 a month. Suppose you get.
But this is the new game. This is the new one, right? So you have Essential then, right?
Yeah. So if I had an Xbox One, I would have access to 50 games that as soon as I cancel my subscription, they just disappear.
Okay, so you have Essential, which is you get access to select titles, basic access, cloud-enabled games from the Game Pass library, and then you get access to your own titles, meaning that if you wanted to like play games that were at home on like any one of your mobile devices, even like your smartphone, I guess, right? You could do that. However, if you access the cloud gaming library, and it has to go to a server or a rig at their station, like at their wherever that is, and it's a game in high demand, you're gonna wait in a queue before you play it.
Oh, that's
like you might be player number 4 in line.
This makes me think of like
and you have to wait like 10 minutes.
Cable packages. Like, I don't want your stupid cable package. I just want like this one thing. Why can't I?
Well, what do you think this was going to lead to? I predicted this, like with streaming and shit, they'd start bundling just like cable. Yep. As soon as cable died, they were going to jack up the price, and that's what they did. Yep. So premium is up to 1080p, same bit rate, right? It's similar to Essential with some priority access. So if you have premium, you get to cut that line. You get Fast Pass. And then on top of that, you get to stream, you get expanded stream your own game options. Still no enhanced quality though. So Ultimate, which why would you get anything less at this point? Because they give you favor. You get treated favorably because you get to pay more. And this is what pisses me off, because that shit never happened. It may have happened under the table in certain aspects, but like as a business model, like 10, 20 years ago, I don't think ever publicly happened. And now with this whole subscription fucking shit, favoritism is like the norm. So you get not only up to 1440p, which isn't even like 4K resolution, so you're going to get slightly better resolution up to 27 megabits, and then you get highest quality with reduced artifacts, so you're still going to get issues with your games according to them. You get the shortest wait times, so you're still getting wait times if you have an issue, or like if you are playing a demanding game, like a game that has a lot of people. So if like there's a title that has a lot of players or a lot of people demanding it and the servers are full, you still have to wait for a spot to open up. Exclusive support for select games. So they're going to give you help, or exclusive help, whatever that means. E.g. Avatar also includes day one releases. So this is the one that gives you the day one releases. And then you get access to EA Play and Ubisoft Plus classics only. So they give you a subscription to the classics for EA Play and Ubisoft Plus, which who gives a shit? Malwhip says life is a journey, and exactly we are all mortal, so we all die. Stuff that we own goes in a bin. True that. Yeah. Pay attention to this. This is like the most bullshitty stuff. And then let's see, I'll paste this one too.
All right. Yeah.
I'll just do all these because I'm going to follow up with them.
We've been over it. I mean, if you see gaming as just purely disposable entertainment, this is fine. I mean, why not?
What? No. No, what are you talking about? No, get Luna. Just get Luna then. What do you mean you don't feel it? Okay, hold on. What? Like you don't mind it?
No, I do mind it. I'm just saying, but if you had the attitude that like gaming, like I'll just play a game and then I don't really care, like move on to the next game. Like,
Okay. So click the next one, and I'm gonna tell you something. At least from what I know, Luna's not doing this. I don't think there's a free version of Luna anymore. Well, you still have to pay because you have Prime. But I'm gonna let you know, like right now, Luna gives you access to anything that if you have the app, right? I don't think you play on your phone and stuff, but like as long as you have a mobile device of some sort, right? You play on your computer, play on Steam Deck, you do whatever.
So it just gives you
as long as you have access to a browser.
More flexibility with the games you already own.
And then you could hook whatever other subscriptions you have to it. But the big thing there is, as far as I know, you'll have like weird tiers to that, and you don't have like there's no like favoritisms. Like maybe you might get like a priority access. I don't know. I think that's what helped kill Stadia. I've never had to wait in line for games on Luna because nobody fucking cloud games. But at the end of the day, this shit, this is moral this is like a moral grandstanding sort of deal. This is like even if you considered it like disposable entertainment. That's what I thought. Like for like the girls and stuff, like for my kids, if they wanted, because like I don't know how much they're gonna want to play games all the time. Like my daughter does it every once in a while. She like gets a hankering, and I don't want her like on the computer when I'm not around. I don't want her breaking anything. So I'll pay the $5 or $10 a month. I say play as many games as you want, as you feel like when you're at home, and when you're done, we're done. We'll just cancel. But the big thing there is like there's like 7 games, and they're all worth like $20+ a month, and there's no ads, there's no weird shit to it. You just play it, and like you put a controller in my TV, you call it good. This is like, yeah, you get access all over the place, but I get the same deal, and I'm not, I don't know, I don't get all this other weird shit for like $30, and I'm not being like paywalled to like new releases and stuff. Like if I want to do that, I pay Ubisoft for that subscription, or I pay EA for that subscription, right? Like I'm not paying an extra $10-20 a month so I can get new releases if I wanted them. I could just pay for the new release, which I mean, whatever. But this one here is going to throw ads in your game.
Yeah.
So free Xbox Cloud Gaming with ads. You'll get 2 minutes of pre-roll ads before a game is available, and up to 5 hours of free gaming time a month.
I mean, I guess it really it really cuts it down. It's like, if you're trying to limit your screen time, it's like, okay, well, this is what we paid for, and once that's run out, that's it. But the
And
the
then,
ads thing, I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised that they're doing this. I guess I'm not surprised that they're putting ads in, but I always thought, oh, it's going to be the product placement within the game, not going to be like Twitch where you're just like waiting, 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 commercial, commercial. Okay, now I can play. But I guess, I mean, they've done that with like loading screens. The screen is loading or
so
stalling, and you're waiting.
so intrusive,
Yeah.
and like that would not be good. I don't like maybe before your game starts, but they've been trying to do this shit for a long time. EA and Ubisoft were trying to do that. I know a couple of I can't remember if it was Xbox or Sony that was trying to throw ads into the console or during the gameplay, but I know that EA was definitely trying to do it with their launcher.
Yeah.
They were trying to throw ads while you're playing because somebody got a hold of a game early, and it came with a ticker on the bottom, and it said like place ad here or something, and it would pop up every now and then. And like that not only takes up resources on your hardware, but like it's annoying. Like because you're trying to play a game, you're not like something that uses your brain and stuff, as opposed to watching TV and getting an ad intermittently.
Yeah. I guess
There's no stopping point in a game. You're just gonna get interrupted.
some people would disagree with me. So I'm thinking of like Crazy Taxi. And you're playing Crazy Taxi, you're going to Tower Records. Oh, okay, that's a sponsor right there. They got the big logo and everything. But some people maybe would rather their game just be pure. But then the ads are before the game, so you go to the bathroom, you get a snack, you're not even watching it, and okay, I'll just need to come back in 5 minutes, and then the game will be ready. Just like you're watching TV. I mean, we didn't sit and watch the commercials usually. I mean, maybe one person would hang by just to say, "Hey, it's back," and everybody would run back, from the kitchen to watch the movie or whatever it was. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
it's still annoying.
now you not only get ads, but you get only 5 hours of free game time a month.
A month, yeah. Go out and touch grass.
So that's 5 hours a month.
Well, here's what
So
they're
like
doing.
it's almost not worth it.
They're annoying you so that you'll go, okay, fine, I'll just pay the frickin' money and get the stuff. And they're like, got 'em.
Yeah, because after that 5 hours is over, you can't play till next month.
Yeah. Electronic Arts, they had a vision. Yeah. EA Sports, it's in the game. Now they're soulless.
They had one.
Yeah. Well, it's
But
like
yeah,
the problem is when I hear these company names, I still think of like how they were like in the 90s. Like when it seemed like either they could do no wrong or they were always improving, they were always learning from their mistakes, you know. And now it's just like, yeah, it's all scraping the bottom of the barrel. Desert Strike.
So
Return to the Gulf. Yep, I remember that game.
I will end off here because there was another topic I had, but I'll probably bring it up next time.
Yeah.
I'll end off here with something from there's another post by Mr. Matty Plays, and we've said it before here, is, it's good to know that Game Pass was generating billions in revenue and profitable before increasing the price by 50%. Because, usually when you do something like this, it's either not generating enough revenue, you're losing money, or the direction you've gone in by not supporting your consoles or going to just an IP environment is not a good decision. It's gone bad for you. So either Xbox is doubling down for a reason, like Microsoft's doubling down for a reason, or they are they lost profit in Game Pass, and they need to try to make that up because there's a lot of shit going on in the world today, and I can't imagine that would be it. But these people make enough money to where I think that if they were making billions in revenue and then all of a sudden lost a little bit, it wouldn't affect them for 1 quarter or even a year. They'd be able to eat it and at least be able to check next quarter and see if they were still losing money. Maybe raise it a little bit, a couple bucks, because that still makes a difference. This huge price increase was because there are going to be people, and this is where I literally make my point again. This is the third time I've done it. There are some people that will not unsubscribe. Like I said, if I had Game Pass right now and this is what I found out, I'd be done. I wouldn't be on the final or the lesser tier. I wouldn't be on the free one because I'm not paying anything. It's a matter of principle. It's something that I think people don't have much of anymore because you wouldn't let somebody walk up and smack you in the face, right? Yeah. You'd hit them in the mouth, or you'd call the cops, or you tell them at least what the fuck,
yep.
Right? People have even stopped saying what the fuck nowadays. They just, whatever. Prices are always going up. We'll just deal with it. Okay, that's fine. Things happen, right? Life happens. But this is entertainment we're talking about, right? That's where this is starting. If you just roll over, what else are you going to start accepting?
If enough,
because
cancel.
It's not.
Yeah. Will they respond?
It's not a necessity increase. Nobody is just jacking the price up 50% because they need to. They did this and then let go of a good portion of their workforce anyway. And even if they were making profit, they'd still let go of a bunch of people. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is it doesn't matter at this point because the people who are sitting are at that desk on TV giving you a bunch of bullshit about how Xbox needs to go in a different direction. Phil Spencer and whoever the fuck the other CEO or CFO is, or whatever the fuck her name is, they don't care. They're there to smooth it out as much as possible. And really, there really is no smoothing it out. They've probably banked on losing a bunch of customers, and that's why the price increase was so huge. Because after this, it'll be smaller and smaller because they don't want to lose a huge amount of people, but they banked on losing a huge amount of people. How we change that is more people need to stop. They need to say, hey, this is enough. Xbox tried to do this shit back in 2013 when they tried to make my console online only, and they tried to take my physical copies away, and they tried to take control of the fact that all I wanted to do is go home and play video games. I don't want you to be my fucking dad and tell me what games I want to buy and shit. I just want to go home and play games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get why people are now okay with that. Like, do you want people's hands in your cake, or up your ass? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, vote with your wallet.
That's what Mollip's saying too. Vote with your wallet.
Vote with your wallet. Vote with your fucking wallet. And that's it. I don't pay for Hulu anymore because Hulu kept jacking up the price every couple of months.
Oh,
they literally did it almost 3 times in 1 year. They went from being $12 a month back in 2022 or some shit, 2021, to $14 a month. Then they were almost $20 plus a month back, like in 2023. I was like, done. I'm done with the price hikes. I'm not doing it no more. You think I'm just going to sit there and accept it?
I canceled Netflix a long time ago. Hulu, HBO Max. Of course, that one I only got like month to month because they had like one movie I wanted to watch. But yeah, I don't pay for any of those services anymore. But I did get a year subscription to Xbox, so I'm guilty at some level.
I'm going to tell you either bundle everything up and it's a decent price as far as streaming goes, and then I'll go back to it.
And no Amazon Prime either. I don't have that either. Yeah.
I will find another way allegedly to watch my entertainment.
Allegedly.
Yep, because I'm not paying my hard-earned cash, shit that I go to labor for, so that some schmuck up in Hollywood can get paid for it and not do a damn thing. So,
yeah, I pretty much watched all the DVDs that my local library had that I wanted to watch. And anymore, I'll just buy a DVD or I'll go to the theater. Try to get physical media, but I mean, even if you're not more of a buccaneer, let's say, I mean, you've got sites like Pluto TV, you've got Tubi, you've got sites like that
just
are
not even
free.
that. Just the fact that like half this shit goes to like.
If you just want
it goes to Tubi. It goes to Tubi. It goes to Tubi anyway. Like,
yeah. Granted, they don't have like new releases, so if you want to see something that's just on theaters, you're not going to get it.
No, but like, you go to the theater and fucking pay for it. What I'm saying is that, like, there's so much entertainment and it's so things are so overly saturated.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as FOMO anymore. It's just your mind and like, people are feeding it to you that you're gonna miss out. There's
I gotta
so
go
much
out.
shit.
I gotta see the Barbie movie. I'm gonna miss it. No.
Yeah, and there's so much shit out there that you can find something to watch.
Everybody's
and I know that's me preaching to the choir because I've had my own experiences, but what I'm saying is like literally once you get to live a little bit more simply, it becomes a lot easier. And I
realize, wow, what the heck was I doing?
I'm going to say it first is it really does start with getting off of social media, even if only for a little bit.
Yeah. Touch grass.
So,
brothers and sisters.
Just hop off of it. And then, one, you'll get less scam calls.
Yeah.
Because your data is not getting scraped every 2 seconds. Yeah. And two, you're not going to have to deal with all the drama. So, but that's just me. Can
you believe what that celebrity just said or did or didn't do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pluto TV has some classics. Married with Children, Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yes. It was on Hulu for a while too, Married with Children. Yeah. I've got it on my Apple TV.
See,
I bought those seasons back in the day, so I can watch them.
Also, I noticed a lot of those sites are powered by ads, but certain times of day, like I don't see any ads at all. And I may or may not be ad blocker, maybe, allegedly.
Oh, that's why you're not seeing anything.
Uh-huh.
Power of the force.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's going to conclude it for us today. It's now 12:20. I'm probably going to play some games. If anybody is still up and wants to play something, great. If not, we'll probably plan something around close to Halloween. We'll all get together and do it.
Yeah, man. Halloween weekend.
I
I'm
love
gonna be
marriage
out of
children too.
town, but yeah, somewhere
I,
around that time.
I have a bumper sticker of Al Bundy. I have a quote from the show on my Dodge because I have a Dodge Durango, and it says I was sad that I had no Dodge until I saw the man who had one. So,
The Dodge.
because I'm actually that is my Dodge, and I'll be working on it. Be doing all my maintenance on it myself this weekend. So, yeah. Every time you say that, for some reason, I always think of garbage day.
Sorry, I'm quoting Terminator there. Laundry day tomorrow.
I know.
Nothing clean.
Nothing clean.
Give me a clue.
Ah, yes.
Now. Oh yeah. See, that was one of those shows I don't think I was allowed to watch. I think my family sat down, we watched like one episode, and we're like, eh. I feel like every sitcom I watched at least once. But yeah, I was familiar with the show, and I remember some of the recurring jokes. But it's not a regular watcher. Yeah, definitely a cult show. Al Bundy.
Oh yeah, Married with Children. Yeah, it definitely was. Where the woman walked into the shoe store today. It was your typical line. And no, ma'am. Yeah. The National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
That's what that was. Okay.
Ah, yes. Who's that man with the itchy gun? Who's that man who kills for fun? Psycho Dad. Psycho Dad. Dad. Now I'm going to watch that show tonight.
Yeah. We got
He's the man with the gun, but he loves his son. Killed his wife because she weighed a ton. Psycho Dad.
Yep. Oh, too bad Bohemius wasn't here to hear you sing. Oh no, he is here.
It was very, very offensive.
Yeah.
But it's a funny show.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to. Yeah.
Yes. Grandmaster B.
Budmaster Flex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get most of the references, but yeah.
Wow.
Did you miss me, Al? With every bullet so far. It's a good show. If you haven't watched it, you should. Just take it with a grain of salt. It was even harsh for its time.
Yeah.
So, because that was that came out around the time that you had was it like Three's Company and Chips and
Cosby Show.
You had a lot of like family friendly TV.
Yeah.
Like home sitcoms.
They tried to be a little bit more push the envelope the other way. Yeah.
Yes. A lot more like nicer TV, and that was one of the shows that like it was one of the shows that like really broke that barrier.
Yeah. Came around at just the right time.
All right. Well, it's 12:25 a.m. my time, 6
Standard time.
Malib's time. Jesus. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll call it. So.
Well, Malweb, I hope you have a good breakfast. Hope you can get some sleep.
Yeah, enjoy your breakfast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
English
with
breakfast. Maybe.
With that, I am Josh, also known as TheStrangeBus. You can catch me now, because I'll probably be playing some games.
Oh, yeah.
You want to go ahead and plug yourself? Because I'm...
Yeah, Kurgan. XSC3, home of HeroQuest fans on YouTube. HeroQuest fans on Twitch. And you can find both of us on Spotify once we get the episodes uploaded. Spotify, TheRantCastPodcast. Weekly show. So far, still on Tuesdays. They haven't changed my schedule yet, so Tuesday nights are still the night. The other replays appear whenever we can get them up, usually within 24 hours. The Spotify episodes tend to take a little longer because I got to wait for the updates to come through, and then I got to wait for Spotify to like recognize it. So usually by the end of the week, get those out there. Yeah, thanks Bohemius. Thanks Malwhip. Thanks Wardicon. Fairweatherman. Appreciate you all coming by on the Rantcast. All right, and catch us later for some games. So are we going over to your channel, or are we just are we not streaming? We're just playing.
Oh, I'm just gonna play some games. If you want to join me, I could probably throw myself into Spotify, or not Spotify, but just Discord. But if nobody wants to play with me, I'm probably just gonna do Metal Gear.
Oh, okay.
So
I kind of wanted to fire up Night Trap, but maybe I'll just do that.
Well, just do some Night Trap. Here, I'll watch you. We can just talk while I play Metal Gear. Here, I'll stream Metal Gear. You
like to watch them, don't you?
Just
we're gonna.
Are you streaming on your channel, or do you just want to stream here?
Oh, like we have like dueling banjos here, or?
Yeah, I mean, I could do it on my channel, I guess.
Yeah, well, we can end the stream here, and we can just raid your channel if that works.
Oh, you want me to stream Night Trap and Metal Gear on my channel?
Night Gear, Metal Trap.
Okay, go ahead. We'll end it, and then we can go ahead and get.
All right. Rantcast, yeah.
Later, guys. Well, unless you're coming on down.
Yep.
Woo.